on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Prosser.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth. Yes, sir! Woo! All right, Thursday. It is early in the a.m. Brah! Good to be along with you guys as we make our way splendidly through the week and welcome you to the drill today. We've got a good show, as always, on tap for you. Got some timely guests, I think, so I'll pay a little attention to college football today. We got Irish O'Fell coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. And listen, lots of stuff going on about FSU right now off the field. We'll talk about that, but we'll also obviously get into the on-the-field stuff as well. And then Gino Torretta, Mr. Miami Hurricane, will join us as well, and we'll get his vibe on what's going on down there and also kind of discuss the showdown game to start the year for two programs desperately trying to climb out of the abyss. So we got that. Plus, Doc Murphy comes along. We're going to get you registered for our breakfast coming up on Tuesday. Breakfast with Champions is what we've deemed it. That's what I've deemed it. Don't kid yourself. And so I'll have more on that, but that's on us, free to you. It's coming up on Tuesday, and we're giving out spots all day today. So we got plenty to give away, plus our prize pack and more right here on the drill. So should be a good day today. Gibbs, what's up?
What's happening, man? Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to these guys. Gino, a Heisman Trophy winner. He's a good guy, of course, and he'll break down that Florida-Miami game. That'll be interesting to see. And then, yeah, this whole talk about Florida State in the Big 12. What is that about?
Yeah.
You think that's going to happen? We'll see.
We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts there, but clearly one thing's for certain, and that is they want out of the ACC. And I kind of get the feeling they're going to get out of the ACC. I just don't know where they're going to land. So that's next on the docket. So we'll try to figure that out or see what Ira thinks about that. So that's all coming up today. So should be a fun day. Murph was in the booth last night, did a nice job. So he did a game on Tuesday, pre and post on Wednesday. Most importantly, he got us 2 wins. So take that for what it's worth. Murph, good job up there in NYC. Appreciate that. You might want to stay up for today's game too. We try to get a little sweep. So I would appreciate you just hanging out and trying to finish that one off. Actually, bullpen pitched decent last night. Shocking. So we'll break that down. A lot of baseball going on as well. Brandon Nimmo's hit home runs in 3 straight games as he throws his middle finger up at not being selected as an all-star. So good for him.
Yeah, he's been hot.
So I like that. But yeah, all in all, good day, good night yesterday. I started to watch that Netflix show, that Receivers. I got into the first episode, but I dozed off. So it was a late nighter, so missed some of that. But I'm anxious to watch it. The open was pretty good. It was with Peyton talking about the importance of being a quarterback, but it's only half the job. And then Randy Moss jumped in. Why don't I take this, Peyton? So anyway, and they're featuring Debo, Justin Jefferson, George Kittle, a tight end,
Devontae Adams, too.
Devontae and Amon-Ra St. Brown, which he's a fascinating story. And I think in the Netflix series, we learned that the oblique came off the bone. I don't know if that's – I'll have to ask Doc Murphy if that's possible. And he missed only 1 week. So he's a tough guy. But, you know, his father's former Mr. Universe. If you don't know the Amon-Ra St. Brown story, it's a pretty good one. He speaks fluent German. His mom was German. His dad met her in Germany. She taught the boys, all 3 of them, German. They had to write down words. I mean, so speaks it fluently. Anyway, it's cool. So had a great year last year for the Detroit Lions. And he also rattled off every receiver who was drafted in front of him. Man, these guys really do try to use the fuel. They find that fuel, man. Athletes like to find that fuel. I think it was like 16 or 15 receivers were drafted in front of him. I mean, one was like Jamar Chase. So, but Amon-Ra St. Brown's as good as any of them. I'll tell you that. He had a great year. So, if you want to check that out, that's Netflix. We can't get none of the quarterbacks to say yes, so we'll do receivers. And JJ and the boys all said, "Sure, we'll do it." You got some good ones, so.
I had to fast forward a couple episodes, but I saw George Kittle against the Jags. That was a tough one.
Oh, no.
The 66-yarder around down the right sideline.
Oh, dear.
When he was on one-on-one with Devin Lloyd. Mm-hmm. That didn't go so well. No, it did not.
Oh, you have a clip?
I do. I do have the clip. This is from the Netflix wide receiver.
Okay, cool.
George Kittle scoring against the Jags last year.
I'm digging it.
Second down and 1. Kittle goes in motion right. Purdy under center, a 5-step drop. Now going to pump and throw down the sideline. Kittle! He's got it and he's gone! Touchdown!
Can't put a linebacker on me. I don't give a who it is. Can't put it on me. That's disrespectful.
You've
got George Kittle one-on-one with a linebacker outside.
Boy.
Area.
Easy catch, and then just toe dragging, high-stepping all the way to the end zone.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Can't put a linebacker on me. That's bleeping disrespectful.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, dear, Mike Caldwell. Can't do that one.
Well, yeah, that didn't work. That game didn't work, if I remember correctly. So
it was a blowout.
Yeah, we got hammered in that one. That was one where we were like, back when we were 8-3 and we were excited about getting tested and, let's see what happens. And we were playing good teams. And, boy, that was in Jacksonville, 34-3.
And really the whole setup to that part of the documentary was Debo's back. Debo's back. He's missed 3 games. Joe Davis and those guys on the telecast were talking about Debo's a big part of this game. And then Kittle comes into the huddle and he's like, you guys can have all the touchdowns the rest of the game. I got to score right here. And then they threw him that ball and 66 yards later.
Yeah, 3 for 116 on that day. They beat us 34-3. Brock Purdy, 19-26 for 296 and 3 touchdowns. It was a typical Niner. We got whooped. That wasn't good. Trevor got sacked. 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah, we could not protect Trevor that day. It just bad all around.
That was a bad game all around. So anyway, I'll try to forget that one. What I won't forget, however, and one of the things I want to talk about is Bill Barnwell, and he's done this ranking, and I like these rankings, as you know. And so he took a look at the quarterback, the running backs, the receivers, that type of deal. Kind of grouped them. All 32 teams based on wide receiver, running back, and tight end. Oh, I'm sorry, not the quarterback. Okay, not the quarterback. So it's about running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. Only about on-field performance during 2024. Injury histories and suspensions matter. Wide receivers are weighted more heavily than running backs or tight ends. He says, I'm just following the NFL's lead here. Justin Jefferson makes $35 million. Christian McCaffrey's the only back making over 15. Focusing on elite players and teams' top 5 contributors. Efficiency matters. So anyway, interesting, though, that the worst, this is what Justin Herbert has to deal with. The Chargers are 32nd. The most notable player who remains is Quentin Johnson. Right? Mike Williams gone. They brought in, even if you're wildly optimistic about Joshua Palmer, not an imposing group. You got J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, both who have some significant injury histories. Leading wideouts behind Palmer and Johnson, DJ Chark and second-round pick Ladd McConkey. So,
is that where DJ is now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He says, I'm optimistic about the Chargers, but 32nd with their playmakers, not counting the quarterback. 31st are the Patriots. That's fair. Pleasant surprise, DeMario Douglas out of Jacksonville. Shout out. Kendrick Bourne in and out of the lineup. Juju Smith-Schuster. Ramondre Stevenson, Hunter Henry. So, not big on them. So, of course, the thought is, well, where are the Jags? And I start scrolling. I'm going backwards because that's how he started. He went backwards to the front. And you get all the way to, and by the way, they're 16th, right in the middle. In 23, they were ranked 9th. In 22, they were ranked 28th. Now they're in the median. This is what he says about the Jags. The key players for the Jags, again, not counting the quarterback. We're talking receivers, tight end, and running back. The key players for the Jags just aren't dominant playmakers. ETN is a good all-around back, but he isn't McCaffrey-esque receiver they hope for coming out of college. Christian, he had a pretty good catch against Pittsburgh last year, but I digress. Christian Kirk racked up plenty of yards in 22 before battling injuries in 23. But he's really a slot receiver who doesn't do much after the catch. Ranks 88th in ESPN's wide receiver metrics over the past 2 seasons. And Evan Ingram's path to the Pro Bowl consists almost entirely of checkdowns. No wide receiver or tight end had more catches that didn't add expected points to his team's total than Ingram, 36 of them last season. His average target traveled 4.7 yards in the air. Now, that's 103rd out of 104 receivers. That is one thing I will agree with about Evan Ingram. That has to change a little bit, right? And we talked about this with Jimmy Smith the other day. I mean, we got to get him down the seam, right? We got to get him down the field some. All of those guys are fine and professional options, says Bill Barnwell. But this offense is succeeding when it does because of Lawrence as opposed to the guys around him. So, anyway, that's what he talked about. He also said the receiving core struggled to gel last year. Calvin Ridley had a huge week 1, never seemed to find steady targets as the ex-receiver, was not on the same page with Trevor Lawrence consistently. Jags replaced him and Zay Jones with a combination of Gabe Davis and first-round pick Brian Thomas, who should be the starters on the outside in 24. I'm more optimistic about the rookie than M. Davis, who could not routinely command targets with Josh Allen at the helm in Buffalo. So, anyway, they're 16th. If I continue on, and I'll get you to the top 5 here, and I'll ask that you stand by.
So Zay Jones went to the Cardinals. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That was a while ago. The Niners are number 1.
I didn't realize that's where he landed.
Yeah, the Niners are number 1. They can afford to lose Debo or George Kittle for stretches and still challenge for the top of the list. On other teams, Juwan Jennings would be a trendy breakout candidate. 221 receiving yards during the postseason, 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. Here he might be the 4th receiver behind Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and rookie first-round pick Ricky Pearsall. The day will come when the Niners will likely move on from Ayuk or Samuel, but until that happens, they can enjoy an embarrassment of riches. And then you have Christian McCaffrey. So the Niners are 1. Number 2, Philly. What do you do for the quarterback who has everything? Jalen Hurts had top-end receivers in A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, solid tight end, Dallas Goedert. Enter Saquon Barkley. Yeah. It's a bit of a surprise to see the Eagles sign a 27-year-old running back with a significant injury history, coming off a season where he averaged only 3.9 yards, but was stuck in a dismal Giants offense. So Barkley's efficiency should spike, and moving from one of the league's worst rushing contexts to one of the best. So the Eagles are 2. Number 3 are the Dolphins, who would come to mind quickly for me because of Tyreek and Jalen Waddle. Raheem Mostert, 18 touchdowns. Devon Achane, 7.8 yards per carry. So we'll see. We'll see. There's not much here in terms of receiving work at tight end, with Jonnu Smith riding his unexpectedly heavy workload in Atlanta to the starting role in Miami. So that's Miami at 3. Number 4, Houston. Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz, Devin Singletary, Noah Brown played better than previously expected. No sleeping on the Texans. Collins, Dell, and Schultz are all back. Joe Mixon and Stephon Diggs are now in. So he is worried about the new guys. Diggs and Mixon both had drop-offs last year. Damian Pierce also there. So, yeah, Houston at 4. Minnesota at 5. JJ and Jordan Addison, right? Aaron Jones comes in. TJ Hawkinson, some good firepower. You know who's missing from all this, though? The Super Bowl champion. This is music to Taylor Dahl's ears. Chicago at 6. Remember we talked about them yesterday? Yeah.
They've really added
Keenan
this.
Allen, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze.
Yeah, they've added a lot.
Yeah.
Where are they at? They're in the top 10?
6.
Yeah, they're 6.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Plus Caleb Williams, obviously.
Yeah. Well, he's not part of this ranking.
Right.
No quarterbacks. Detroit is at 7. David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta. I mean, they got a lot. Amon-Ra St. Brown, who we talked about a little bit earlier.
Yeah, they're loaded.
They haven't gotten Jamison Williams going, so I'm curious to see. I just want to see where the Chiefs are. Because it's amazing with Patrick Mahomes. They won a Super Bowl. They're not in the top 11. They're not 12. They're not 13. They're 14th. 14th. It can't be as bad as it was last year. This is a team that won the Super Bowl. His first sentence is, it can't be as bad as it was last year. Again, tight end, receiver, running back. Kansas City's wide receivers posted the worst drop rate of the past decade. Wideout has been perhaps the only source of consternation for this team since trading away Tyreek Hill, but the roster is deeper than it was in 23. Chiefs will not be relying on Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney. Marquise Brown, while efficient at times during his time with the Ravens and Cardinals, is an upgrade on Marquise Valdez-Scantling. Rashee Rice is likely to face some sort of suspension, which limits his chances of breaking out in year 2. Rookie first-rounder Xavier Worthy's range of outcomes includes everyone from Hill and Deshaun Jackson on the high end to Troy Williamson and John Ross on the low end. So we'll see, is what he's saying. Isaiah Pacheco has grown into his role as the team's bruising back. And Travis Kelce slowed down from his ridiculous 22 campaign. Most of the numerical drop-off was a product of reduced snaps, led all tight ends in receiving yards per game and third in yards per route run. We're in unprecedented territory for even elite tight ends, but if a 34-year-old Kelce's down season is producing like TJ Hawkinson, that's still a major advantage for KC. But anyway, 14 with their skill position players.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that they won the Super Bowl with, what did you say, the worst drop rate from receivers in the last decade?
Last decade.
That's scary because there's one place I didn't want. If Calvin Ridley was going to go to free agency, there's one place I didn't want to see him go, and that's there. And I'm glad. I don't think he'll do great things with the Titans, but he would have if he had gone to the Chiefs.
This may make you rethink your vote, but our Dream Finders Homes poll question of the morning, it's a simple one. Brought to you by Dream Finders Homes, the official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Gators, and the Jags. Dream Finders is everywhere you want to be. 20-plus Jacksonville locations, communities in the best locations. Step up your game. Visit dreamfindershomes.com. You'll find your home. They will help you navigate through the building process. How many touchdown passes will Trevor have in 24? Pretty simple. And I give you 4 options. 15 to 20, and that would be disappointing. 20 to 25, that would be not what we're looking for. 25 to 30, that's fine. 30 plus is outstanding. All right, either 30 and again, 17 games now. We have 300 votes. You can vote at Dan Hicken. Gibby will post it as well on social media.
Yeah, we need to see 30 plus.
25 to 30, 44.3%. 30 plus, 31.8%. So 75% are pretty bullish on Trevor. 20 to 25, 16.2%. Only 7.8% say 15 to 20. I like that. So it will be interesting. Again, you can vote on that. It's a pretty simple question. Trevor, of course, out in Lake Tahoe. I forgot to check. Does that start today, or is it 4 days, or is it a 3-day turn? It's probably 3.
Let's check.
But I don't know. It may start today. It may not. But Trevor and Doug Peterson will be doing battle out there. So let's do this. We're again, Dreamfinders. For a limited time on select move-in-ready homes, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 3.99% interest rate in year 1 of your mortgage. So, gang, do yourself a favor. I'm Dreamfinders Danny. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details. The deets are right there for you if you would like them. We're just warming up. Like I said, we got a big day today. We got a good Thursday, man. I want to get you guys registered for we want to give the 6 o'clockers a chance. So that would be we got 2 different time slots. I'll tell you all about when we come back, but get ready. Because when we come back, we're going to get somebody registered for, you and a guest registered for our free breakfast coming up on Tuesday, Metro Diner in Bay Meadows. So all that and more right here on the Thursday edition of The Drill. We're on 1010XL. We're on 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
There's a new one-stop shop for all things Gators. Subscribe to the 1010XL Gators YouTube channel. Up-to-the-minute updates, instant reaction from Gainesville, plus the same 1010XL Gators podcast you've grown to know. And check out 1010XL Gators on YouTube. Hey, Hicken here for Beaches Dermatology. Gang, I want to remind you as we get into the summer. You know, you go out early. Lately, we've had some cloud cover. Doesn't matter. That sun is powerful in Northeast Florida, man. And you can burn, and you can burn quickly. You all know that. You've all been out. Put your sunscreen on, right? I mean, Doctors Boudreaux and Metz at Beaches Dermatology, they're so good. Best in the business. Taking care of me for decades, okay? Dr. Federo, he'll do the Mohs surgery as well if you need it. Hopefully you don't, all right? I've had it a couple times. Had some basal cells taken out of my schnauzer. You know, you got to protect yourself in the sun, all right? Wear the sunscreen if you're going golfing, if you're going to the beach, if you're going to watch your kid play baseball. And don't go see the guys at Beaches Dermatology. They don't want to see you. Unless you have something on your skin, then give Beaches Dermatology a call online at beachesdermatology.com.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
It's time to fire up your grill, shoot off some fireworks, and launch one of the biggest sales in the history of the United States. It's our independent sale happening right now at Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet. Whether you drive a car, a truck, or an EV, everyone is welcome to celebrate our independent sale with the lowest prices, largest inventory, and the most love for our country. Come celebrate with Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. You don't want to miss this.
After consulting with several orthopedic specialists about my constant knee pain, I chose Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and Dr. Chris Swanson to handle my surgery. Their professionalism let me know this team was the one for me. The surgery was very successful, and if I ever have a future need, I'll continue to trust Southeast Orthopedic Specialists to take care of me.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Prosser here. As you may or may not know by now, I did the research and decided to go with Jack's Concrete Coatings for my garage floor. OMG, as the kids would say. I can't begin to tell you how good it looks, how happy we are. We brag on it anytime someone walks in the garage. They had the job finished in one day with a lifetime warranty. That's right. As the certified Pintech dealer for North Florida, the only company offering pure polyurea, I can't wait to do my patio deck next. Call 862-2000. That's the number, 862-2000, or jacksconcretecoatings.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Get wet with Captain Kevin. Whoa. And remember to bring your net on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Look at him.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Hicken here. Brace for hurricane season with our friends at Rhino Shield. Their home exterior coatings withstand 96 mile-per-hour wind-driven rains, keeping your home safe and dry. Rhino Shield's advanced ceramic technology also helps keep your home cooler and reduces your energy bills. This summer, take advantage of their 30% off, 0% interest financing offer, plus a 25-year warranty. Call Rhino Shield, 414-4868. That's 414-4868 for a free estimate, or visit rhinoshieldjax.com. That's rhinoshieldjax.com.
Clean air, cool air, both are extremely important. Trust Florida Home AC to deliver on both with their Remy Halo, the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and breathe clean and cool air.
Where can you attend a public university absolutely free? The answer next.
Filing any homeowner's claim is really easy with Southern Oak Insurance. Simply file your claim directly with us. We'll handle the vendors. It will save money for you.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The country of Norway provides free college tuition to any public university, to anyone in the world.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
This is Hayes Carlion for Skylife Elite. Have you ever thought about aircraft ownership as another potential revenue stream and as a tool for tax savings? Put your tax money to work for you while enjoying the benefits of private personal travel. Skylife Elite has over a decade of experience in business aviation and can guide you through the process with their expert staff. Call my friends over at Skylife Elite at 490-9332 or find them at flyskylife.com to get the rundown on everything owning an airplane can do for you.
Electricians, innovators, and tech enthusiasts, listen up. Miller Electric is shaping the future, and we want you to be a part of it. From healthcare and data centers, corporate offices, aviation, and industrial facilities, Miller Electric is powering the most exciting projects in Jacksonville and beyond. We offer not just a job, but a thrilling career with great pay and incredible benefits. Visit us at millercareers.com to apply. Miller Electric, where your skills meet our vision, an equal opportunity employer.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's 6:30. Good morning, Jacksonville. Hope you guys are having a good start to your Thursday. It's early. Man, we got a lot of rain this week, huh? I guess we needed it, though. So
in the afternoons, too.
Yeah.
I got dark clouds.
Got 6 holes in yesterday. Went out in the afternoon. Thought I'd sneak out and play. Looked good. Got going. The winds came in. It was out at the beach. That's all she wrote. All right, so I told you yesterday, introduced yesterday, but if you weren't with us yesterday, we're having a kind of a fun thing for the Googans. Drill specific coming up on Tuesday. All right, in 5 days. Tuesday, all right? Tuesday, what's the date on Tuesday? Maybe the 16th?
16th, yes.
All right, so if you try to have some summer fun around here, and it hasn't gone so well, okay, we'll be honest, keeping it real. I went down first with a kidney stone. Brutal. If you've ever had one, don't get another one. They're brutal. Therefore, I had to miss the pickleball fun. E filled in the pickleball, tore his Achilles. Oof. So he's been out. Jeff talked about how great he played at the pickleball. You know, he's pickleball MVP, according to what he told me. So we said, okay, let's do a hole-in-one challenge. We'll have fun there. Another fun thing for the drill. We're down a man. I had gotten back to work. We go out to the yards. We give Jeff's never had a hole-in-one. He's a very good golfer. It's like a, 7 or 8 handicap. 110 yards, perfect for his gap wedge, he told me. Hits a couple balls beautifully, right up on the green, warming up, ready to go. 5, 6 balls in, squirts one out to the right. Just went to pieces. Lost it, as far as Shankopotamus. Bad day. Sweating, breathing heavy, just rough. I haven't talked to him since. I have talked to him, but I haven't talked to him about playing golf again since. I trust he played fine, or he probably would have told me. Anyway, so that was a disaster, an epic fail. Now we're 0 for 2. So we got to do one more thing before training camp. Our summer kind of comes to an end towards the end of July. We get into football mode in August, right? We got a lot of things cooking in August, right? I mean, shoot, next week, SEC Media Days, I think they're next week.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're rocking and rolling here. So the summer's sort of coming to a close for us, but not for you guys. So we want to squeeze one more thing in, but we've tried 2 somewhat fun sporting events, and they've been disastrous. So now we're saying, okay, let's just do a breakfast. Excuse me. So we hook up with Metro Diner. We're going to go to Bay Meadows Tuesday. We got 2 waves. All right. Breakfast is on us. We're paying. We just want you to come out, hang out with us. We'll be doing the show out there, me and Yefro. We'll be there from 6 to 10. 6:30 to 8 is our first wave. 8 to 10 is our second wave. Okay? And there's 4 different menu options that Metro Diner's provided for us. So we're excited about that. And we want you guys to just as sort of a hang out, some summertime. You and a guest. You can bring your coworker if you're on your way to work. You can bring your boss, score some brownie points. You can bring your kid, score some brownie points. You can bring your wife, score some brownie points. You can bring whoever you want to bring. It's fantastic, okay? Breakfast is on us. So all we're going to do is right now get a couple registered at 641-1010. 641-1010. You can light up the phone lines. Gibby will take the caller, and he will pick whomever he wants to pick. It's fine with me. And then we'll do it again in the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 9 o'clock hours. So, again, it's kind of just a fun, laid back, come on out. You will have the opportunity to meet yours truly, the media mogul, the Duke of Pablo Bay, the straw that stirs the drink around here. All right? Dreamfinder's Danny Hicken will be there. Yeah, that's right. I will be there in the flesh. And we will grip and grin, have a good time, say hello. It's going to be a big time. Metro Diner, Bay Meadows. Just tell Gibby which time you want to come, because we need to know which time you want to come to so we can mark it down. We got to keep it balanced. And right now we're doing fine with, half and half, and that's cool. And so we'll get you all registered. We're going to do it all day today, all day tomorrow. We're even going to do some more on Monday. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time, and it's on us. It's on us. It's free. Free to you. So what more can you ask for? I don't think anything.
No, it's we've already got somebody for this one real quick.
Oh, all righty.
Yeah, we already got the first
Boys
guy.
Were quick.
Darren's going.
All right, we'll see Darren out there. Breakfast on us, Darren. So
he's in the 8 to 10 group.
All right, beautiful. Beautiful. So come on out and, hang out, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So we got that going on. All right. How do you know if, we all have these, try to figure out, we all do this, right? Who's the best team? Who's going to be the best team? Who, in college football, there's polls, there's this, there's that. Let me take you to EA Sports 25. The countdown is on. I forget when it debuts. Hold on, let me look, because I started talking about that yesterday. EA Sports. I'll give you the date. My sons know it. It is on July 19th. So 8 days away. July 19th. If your kid plays video games, everything's going to shut down. The world's going to shut down. Teams, the boys will be building dynasties. They all can't wait. But I go a little bit deeper on this thing. And what I'm saying is, all right, they released their top 100 players in EA college football by school. So in other words, if you have a lot of the top 100 players, you're probably going to be a pretty doggone good team, right? And looky who's got the most. Ohio State. And guess where they'll be ranked? 1, 2, 3, right? No lower than 3. So they have 8. Kind of like, though, they have built like a dream team. They ponied up the cash money and went and bought some of the best players from some of the best teams in the country. Like, why on earth does a kid leave Alabama for Ohio State? One reason and one reason only. Money.
Yep.
Because I'll tell you this right now. I'll say this right here, right now. I believe Kalen DeBoer is a better coach than, what's his name at Ohio State? Day.
Ryan Day.
Ryan Day. I couldn't think of the first name. I wanted to call him all kinds of other days. Ryan Day. Yeah, I believe Kalen DeBoer is a better coach than Ryan Day. How about that? I just said it. I don't care. We'll see. And Ryan Day has a great record, by the way. But if Ryan Day loses to Michigan this year, them Ohio State fans, they ain't going to care.
No.
Anyway, so the Ohio State, the best team money can buy, which is fine, by the way. All within the rules. Don't care. I'm just telling you, that's what they've done. They went and got kids from Alabama. They got kids from everywhere. They went and got quarterbacks. Anyway, they got 8. Right behind them was 6. George, and again, this is just EA Sports, but it's just another measuring stick, right? Georgia and Alabama. Georgia and Alabama. Right behind them. This is a little bit of a surprise. Michigan. Michigan's got they got some first-round picks on that team still, ladies and gents. Remember Big Jake was here. Jake Ornera, our friend who plays up at Michigan, was telling us about some of the good players they have.
From Ponte Vedra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a good player.
Michigan and Oregon, 5 each. So Ohio State, Georgia, Bama, Michigan, Oregon, then, well, Iowa.
You know, real quick, the deal with Oregon now is obviously Phil Knight. Got he's a billionaire. He's got tons of money. You hear the story recently with this?
Yeah, he wants to spend whatever it takes.
Yeah, he's spending whatever it takes because Phil Knight's 86. And he said, I want to see a title with Oregon. I'm going to bar no expense and spare no expense. And he's going to pay whatever in NIL.
Oh, dear. Well, we'll see. He too, doing what the Ohio State is doing. Iowa, LSU, and Notre Dame all have 4. 3, Ole Miss, Penn State, KU, Arizona, and the U. Teams with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21 teams have 1 player. Included in that 21, FSU, Texas A&M, Tennessee. Who's not included? The Gators. The Gators do not have 1 in the top 100. Again, just EA Sports. But certainly a marker, another marker of what you're thinking about with college football. Now, one other note from college football. We're going to talk with Irish O'Fell coming up at 8 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
8 o'clock. Yep.
Yes.
Gino at 9.
Tallahassee's own. Gino Torretta at 9 o'clock. But one other note. We did talk a little bit about recruiting yesterday. I told you guys July is a time when Florida will get going. They got going yesterday. They did get a 4-star, I guess. He's a linebacker. Chose the Gators over Ole Miss, LSU, and Washington. Was previously committed to Alabama and left when Saban left. So linebacker Miles Johnson is committed to Florida. So that's a good get for the Gators. And I looked on the On3. Remember I told you they had 8 commits. Now they have 9. They went from 56 to like 45. So that's what starts to happen. Now, look, again, I can make the argument that good programs should never be 56, but I think Billy Napier's done a good job recruiting overall. I think he knows what he's doing, and he does not, based on record, it's a tough sell, but I think he's done a good job. So I'm going to trust him that he will continue to rise here this summer. If you get another 4 or 5 star, you move up another basically 10, 11 spots. I expect Florida to be, at least by the end of the summer in the top 20. I'll say that. So
getting those 4 and 5 star guys is still critically important, but how much has it changed with the portal? Because 4-star, 5-star guy doesn't work out at Ohio State, he goes to Alabama, and vice versa. It happens all the time, and it's happening even more.
Oh, FSU has proven that, and the thing about the portal is this, I think, and I see this in baseball too, Gibby, and you would admit this. If you're a Power 5 program, I think you'd rather take a kid from a smaller school who's 21 years old and let him fill in that spot to compete or take the job than an 18-year-old fresh behind the ears freshmen.
That's right.
So that's how it's changed going forward. Now, with that said, you still got to recruit, and recruiting is, again, if it's a simple formula, man. If you're a top 5 recruiting program, you're a top 5 winning program. I mean, it just is. I mean, that's how it works.
It's like the comparison with the NFL. It's the draft and free agency. You got to be able to draft guys.
Yeah.
You can't rely too much on free agency or you get burned.
I mean, in 2025, it's Ohio State right now, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, Oregon, LSU. Some things never change. You know, who's the new kid on the block in this recruiting thing? Notre Dame is 6. But they've got numbers. They've got 21 kids. Clemson really didn't change recruiting-wise until Deshaun Watson came, but that's been for a bunch of years now. A&M has done a nice job. Oklahoma, FSU is 10th.
Does Dabo still not use the portal?
I don't think he does.
I don't think he uses it at all, which is crazy in this day and age. But, hey, I mean, it's working, I guess.
Well, it's not working. I mean, it's not working.
I mean, the titles that he's won.
Yeah, they want more.
Of course.
They want more.
You got to use it these days. You can't operate like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so just some thoughts on that. We got first pair registered for the breakfast. Again, we'll do that again in the 7 o'clock hour. We are rolling along here. It is Thursday. Having a good time on the drill. Got more coming up. We'll turn our attention to some NFL notes. Some Major League Baseball last night. Wimbledon is moving along as well. It's all coming up right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 1010XL. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
And it's being brought to you by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Rays baseball, they lose to the Yankees yesterday by a 2-1 score. That series is wrapping up today as Nestor Cortez goes to the Yankees 4-7. That's going to be right-hander Shane Baz starting for the Rays. He is 0-1 with an ERA at 4.5. The Yankees pay out at -126 today. The Rays pay at +108. The over-under at 7.5 runs. The Marlins yesterday, they lose to the Astros by a 9-1 score. That series also wrapping up today as Roderick Munoz is set to make the start for the Marlins. The Astros are -188 favorites. The Marlins are +158. Over-under at 8.5 runs.
For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley. This has been your action update on 1010XL.
Hun, the drain really smells.
Yeah, wow, it does.
I think it's getting backed up. What should we do? Did you just quack like a duck?
Yes, I did. Duck Rooter, your plumbing pros in Northeast Florida. Need help with a plumbing issue at your home or business? Just call the Duck.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
Hey, Hicken here from our friends at Lockhart Construction. That's a longtime Jacksonville business. Shane Lockhart, his dad started the company, still working with Shane. These guys, all people from here, taking care of people who live here, people like me. We've used Lockhart Construction numerous times. I can't tell you enough good things about my friend Shane Lockhart and his guys. They're terrific. Work hard, fast, friendly, affordable, clean up each day that they're in your home. I mean, if you're doing a remodel, if you're doing outside work, same thing. They've done work for me inside. They've done work for my son outside. They're A+. I mean, A+. So if you have a construction need, a construction thought, a remodel idea, give Shane a call. He'll call you back. It's real easy. 994-3865. Shane Lockhart, Lockhart Construction. 994-3865.
Imagine waking up this time next week and being 100% debt-free. No credit cards, no car loan, no personal loan. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit can make it happen. Homeowners are turning their home equity into cash almost instantly. With Loan Pronto's AI-based system, you can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, and no hassle. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. Listen, your home value is way up. You can use that to wipe out all those credit cards and more. Get some money for home improvement. Literally hundreds of thousands are at your fingertips. And approval is just minutes away. So call now, 904-999-1508. 904-999-1508. That's loanpronto.com. Take that cash that you're living in and put it to use. NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender.
Hey folks, it's Jennifer Marion. Randy Marion Cadillac is the pinnacle of luxury in the First Coast area.
And guess what? We've got the all-new Cadillac Lyriq with $16,000 off MSRP.
That's right. You pick the color and drive away today in ultimate style.
Experience the future of driving with the Cadillac Lyriq. Electric, elegant, and exhilarating.
Visit us online at randymarioncadillacofjacksonville.com or come see us on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
Don't miss out on this unbeatable deal. Plus tax tag title $8.99 admin fee and resistor.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Save money while beautifying your home with Renewal by Andersen with their energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. Their exclusive Fibrex product is chic, tough, easy to maintain, and twice as strong as vinyl. Right now, buy 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free, plus 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. Restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com for details.
License number CGC 1527613.
Now that's what I call high quality H2O. If you want high quality water throughout your home, call your local water boy. We install equipment to solve any water problem. WaterBoyJax.com.
We could call them helmets and cleats, but they don't wear cleats.
Those shoes are hot.
Mia O'Brien, Lauren Brooks, and Taylor Dahl.
From the First Coast Lighting Studios at 1010XL.
Weekdays noon to 2.
You think you could join us?
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Integrity, persistence, and standing up for victims. It's what you want in a personal injury case and what my friend and lawyer Glenn Cohen brings to every case for over 40 years. Call Glenn at Barnes, Cohen & Sullivan.
15,000 workers. I'm Brian Rose from Remedy Staffing. We survey 15,000 blue-collar workers each year to better understand what drives quality and dependability in our workforce. The survey shows when looking for a new job, the initial pay rate, job security, and safety while working are the most important factors for hourly workers. If you're an employer and would like to learn more about the voice of the blue-collar worker, please call us at 904-528-1933.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here from Helmets and Heels. Are you looking for quality tires that won't break the bank? Big Chief has you covered. Right now they're offering 6-month financing with the CFNA card, plus $50 off your next service. With no interest for 6 months, it's the perfect time to get those new tires. Schedule your appointment today at BigChiefTire.com or call 904-932-0950 to take advantage of this incredible deal. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. How would you describe the typical engagement ring customer that comes in your store?
Frank, at Underwoods, we often see customers who've shopped around and are totally confused about how to select a diamond. Now, they're looking for somebody qualified who'll tell them the truth and they can trust. They've heard about certification on diamonds, wholesale diamonds, internet diamonds, deals that a friend of a friend can get them, and the prices will range from unbelievably low to unbelievably high. One of the reasons for the confusion is if you look at the factors of grading a diamond, after you know the carat weight, there are 11 grades for cut, 21 grades for color, 11 grades for clarity, so you got 2,541 different possibilities, each with a different price. That's where Underwoods helps straighten out the confusion, because we have the American Gem Society credentialed professionals that'll guide a customer the right diamond for them. one she'll be happy with for the rest of her life.
Underwoods, where customers are served with quality and respect. In San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back. Thursday here on The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Tell you Googans, man. Well, a lot of calls on the Breakfast with Champions. I'm the champion. Me and Jeff, we're the champions. That's why it's Breakfast with Champions. We'll do that again in the 7 o'clock hour, so stay patient. I mean, it's no big deal, right? But this... I mean, sometimes my media brethren, man, they just... I don't know, man.
Somebody getting on your nerves?
No, not anyone in particular. Somebody got on my nerves yesterday, as you know, but
who?
The guy from CBS Sports.
Oh yeah.
But I ain't bringing him up anymore. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
But just the way things are reported, like it's not a big deal, and I don't think any less people care. Whatever. WNBA. Angel Reese has a double streak going. Okay, as in points and rebounds. 10 points, 10 rebounds, 13 games in a row. Her team is up by 7 points. They have the ball with about 12 seconds left. She runs down and posts up and wants the ball. They get it into her. Girl fouls her almost like seemingly on purpose. Put her at the free throw line so she knocks down a free throw and gets her double-double. I mean... Let me tell you, you got to get it in the context of the fight, or whatever. I don't care. It's just to me, it's just. Pfft. But then the way the media reports it is like they won't say. I mean, look, I can remember when Strahan got the sacks record and Favre fell down. Everybody's So, but I guess everybody's doesn't want to sit there and dare say anything bad or whatever, but whatevs. I don't care. I don't want to spend time on it. I just saw it, and I said, that's ridiculous. You're up 6 points, you pass the ball in, you dribble it out, you go home. You've won the game. But just step out of the way and let her lay it in then, if it's that big a deal. Good gracious. But it is what it is. All right, I wanted to talk about the Jags. I saw this stat from last year, and it surprised me, so I'll ask you, Gibby, get you to make a guess on this one. Last year, because if we have hammered anything with the Jags, it's the offensive line.
Yes.
Right? So I was looking, I said, offensive holding penalties last year. 3 teams led the league with 25 holding penalties. One won the Super Bowl, and the other 2 went to the playoffs. So... And the team that was 4th also went to the playoffs. The top 4 teams in holding penalties went to the playoffs. So does that matter is my first question. Kansas City, Dallas, and Miami all had 25, and Buffalo had 24. The team that had the least amount of holding penalties last year, the Philadelphia Eagles.
They had the least?
Mm-hmm. They had 7. Cincinnati had 9. Vegas had 11. And Jacksonville at 12.
Yeah, that is a little surprising.
Yeah. Not sure it matters one bit, but just noticed it and thought that was interesting. I did think that was interesting. Hey, Gibby, who has had the best, lowest ERA in the last 100 Major League Baseball starts? Current guys who have pitched this month. So, in other words, guys playing right now, last 100 baseball starts as a pitcher, which, by the way, you get if you have a full season, you might get 30 starts in a year, right?
Right.
So that would be 3 years plus. Who's been the best pitcher in baseball over the last 3 years? The last 100 starts.
All right, over the last 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
let's see, Zach Wheeler.
Zach Wheeler is a good guess. He's 5th.
Okay.
Because you got one in the top 10, I'm going to allow you to guess again. Zach Wheeler, 3.06 over the last 100 starts.
Let's see.
This guy, ERA is 2.75. So it's not one of those pitchers who's on a heater who, has got like a 1.6 ERA,
Oh, I was going to go same team. Ranger Suarez.
And the game ends. He's not in the top 10. I'll read it from backwards to forwards. Zach Gallen is 10th.
Okay.
Sonny Gray is 9th. Framber Valdez is 8th. Garrett Cole is 7th. Luis Castillo is 6th. Now your top 5. The 5 best. Zach Wheeler.
Yep.
3.06. Logan Webb.
For the Giants.
Been very good for the Giants. Mad Max.
Yeah.
Is still up there. 3.03. Corbin Burns. 2.90. And shame on you, Gibby. Max Fried.
Well, I was going to go with Max Fried, but I thought you were throwing me a curveball.
I was.
Yeah, I thought you were going against the Braves because I was about to say
I always
Fried.
go against the Braves.
Yeah,
You know that.
But I thought you were going somebody else.
Well,
Yeah, I was going to say Fried. Look, Fried's been amazing. He's been outstanding.
I look forward to him pitching for the Mets next year with Juan Soto as a teammate.
He is a free agent.
Yeah. I guess he's leaving, isn't he?
Well,
he's 30 years old, by the way.
He's going to hit free agency. I would expect. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been outstanding. He was right on the tip of my tongue, but I'm like, wait a second now. He's asking a Braves fan.
He would never ask.
It can't be that obvious. But it was.
He would never give Braves any credit, which is probably true. But I was surprised by that. I think Max Fried is good, but now last year he was hurt, right? 14 starts.
Yeah,
22 though he had 30 starts. He's 2.48. 21 he had 28 starts. Dadgum COVID year he was terrific, 7-0.
And he's had multiple complete games. He's been amazing. They've got to try all they can do to try to keep him, but I just don't know. Like with all the other contracts the Braves have, even though most of them are team friendly. Somebody's going to pony up the money because he's a frontline starter. Somebody's going to pay for him, and I don't know if the Braves are going to pay what it takes. They didn't pay Dansby. They paid, and Dansby's not having a good year. He's hitting like 200.
Yeah. Max Fried's interesting because, again, I'm not giving a 30-year-old pitcher an 8-year contract, but I'll heavy load it and give him I'd give him 4 years and, shoot, I don't know. What do the best pitchers get? They get $40 million a year now.
Yeah,
is he
they
going to
do.
command that much money, though? Is he?
There will be a team that's desperate enough to find a frontline starter that'll pay it.
He is a frontline starter. I guess that's the point. Like when you guys think about the playoffs, you think about Fried and Sale and Lopez as your 3 guys.
That's correct. And it would have been Strider, of course, but
Max Fried in the postseason is 2-4 with a 4.57 ERA. He's started 11 games, so he's just been okay. He has not been good the last 2 years against Philly. Philly has raked him.
Yeah, Philly's knocked us out the last 2 years.
Oh, yeah. That's just...
Did you, real quick, speaking of contracts, did you see the Rays, what they offered Aaron Judge?
No.
Back when he re-signed with the Yankees in 2022. It came out yesterday that I believe the Tampa Times reported this. The Rays offered Aaron Judge 10 years, $300 million.
Really?
The Rays offered $300 million to Aaron Judge.
Wow.
They weren't going to get him, but, they tried.
Yeah. Good for them.
Good for the Rays on trying. They also offered, they offered Freddie, and he wasn't going. He was obviously going to L.A. And they might have offered Ohtani, but it's just, the Rays aren't going to, they're not. Can they get a big star? Do you think the Rays can ever, like a guy in free agency like that? Do you think they'll ever get one?
I guess they could if they wanted to, but they've never chosen to go that route, have they?
Yeah, I guess that's the point, is that they've never, because their whole deal is their scouting has been terrific, and they've drafted and developed guys you've never heard of, and all of a sudden they win 100 games and win the American League East here and there. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty surprising that the Rays offered Judge $300 million.
Yeah, I would agree with that. They're getting some of their pitching back, I think.
Yeah, Shane Baz is back. Jeffrey Springs is coming back, I think, after the All-Star break. So that's been their downfall is it's hard to keep guys because Glasnow went to L.A. and others have gone elsewhere. But their whole thing is they've got to try to stay healthy. I mean, McClanahan's out. He's been out. He's got Tommy John. So some of their best guys, they obviously had the Wander Franco fiasco that was out of their control.
By the way, they signed him to a huge deal.
I know.
So
and he's cooked.
Yeah.
And by himself.
It looks like it. Sure as heck looks like it. One other thing I want to talk about before we head to a break, and that is simply this. The basketball team played a game against Canada last night, so we got our first look at the at Team USA. Interestingly enough, the leading scorer was Anthony Edwards.
He said he was the number one.
Yeah, he said he was the number one, and he was a leading scorer. So I thought that was interesting.
13 last night.
But what I was surprised about is Kawhi Leonard is done, right? So Kawhi Leonard got sent home. He's been battling injury. That's fine. It's the guy who replaced him. Do you know who replaced him?
I'm actually reading a story now, so I do know.
Yeah.
Derek White.
Derek White. But my question is, okay, Derek White, good player for the world champions. The NBA Finals and Eastern Conference Finals MVP is not on the Olympic team. How come?
I don't know.
Why didn't Jaylen Brown get picked to replace? Why did they go with Derek White? Where the heck is Jaylen Brown? So there's some rumor going around that the shoe companies have a major say in who they get and who they don't get.
I bet they do.
And so Jaylen Brown tweeted, I think, last night about that. And so he knows he knows that he obviously, it seems like he's not real thrilled that he didn't get picked, I guess. And maybe he should have been picked originally. I think Jaylen Brown is a good fit. I mean, you're talking about Jaylen Brown versus Derek White. I mean, Jaylen Brown's making $60 million a year. They just re-signed Derek White to a lot less. I mean, it's who's a better basketball player? Now, they may say, he's a better fit, blah, blah, blah. Jaylen Brown's a good fit on any team, I think. But maybe I'm wrong.
So is it like a case where Team USA wears Nike and he wears Converse and they can't pick him?
Yeah, something. Well, I don't know if they can't pick him, but
they tell him not to.
I think Jaylen Brown is sponsored by Reebok. So, yeah, I think it's, I got to ask the question, man, where's Jaylen Brown? Now, Jalen Brunson is another one who should be on the team, but I don't want him on the team now. And by the way, KD's still not, doing anything. They say he's still coming back from his injury. So it's also weird that they sent Kawhi Leonard home, but they're keeping KD. So why is that? So it's always the inner world. I'm always curious what the real stories are. Like, if you go back, we talked yesterday about the 92 Dream Team, right? The 92 Dream Team, and Isaiah wasn't picked because Jordan hated him. Bottom line, they can say what they want. That's the truth. And eventually it all comes out. Anyway, let's do this. We'll come back 7 o'clock hour kickoff. We'll get more guys registered for breakfast and do some other fun stuff as well. Doc Murphy will be along, I believe. And then 8 o'clock, we'll talk to Irish Schofel. We got a lot to cover about FSU. It's all coming up here on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Who are you? I am the architect. I created 1010XL. A world I've been waiting for you. Where anything is possible. 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here from my friends at GolfTeeRepair.com. No. We don't really fix golf tees. We just want to have some fun around the game that we all love, Golf Tee Repair is just a Jacksonville company, makes affordable golf wear for Jacksonville dudes who love to play. And when I say affordable, I mean it. Check out the deal we got right now for the polos, the T-shirts, the hats, the hoodies. You got to see it to believe it. GolfTeeRepair.com is the place to go. It's all natural materials, made out of bamboo, comfortable, breathable clothing, man. Listen to me. Right now, go to GolfTeeRepair.com. Check out the merch. You're going to pick out a couple things you want to get. Go to the promo code DRILL50. DRILL50, boom, takes 50% off. Just like that. Boom. Money back guarantee as well. And it's affordable golf stuff, right? Perfect to wear this summer and into September when you're football game bound. And don't forget to check out our repair kits. Perfect for your golf bags. GolfTeeRepair.com. We're just having some fun. DRILL50 is your promo code. Terrific forever.
Nimnick Buick GMC is proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Frank Frangie here. They're committed to providing the best selection of Buicks and GMCs for you to choose from with a best price guarantee. Now, some dealers charge more than sticker, but not Nimnick Buick GMC. They never charge above MSRP. The Nimnick family of dealerships have been serving Northeast Florida for over 81 years, and they're committed to giving back. Search Nimnick Cares on YouTube to learn about how Nimnick gives back to this great community. There's a reason I've been buying cars from Nimnick for years, because they've been doing business the right way. So stop by Nimnick Buick GMC on Phillips Highway, just south of I-295, or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. No one cares more about their customers before and after the sale, and nobody knows that better than me. That's why I always buy from Nimnick. That's Nimnick, your friends in the car business, since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
Bolt City Heating and Air is here to keep you cool this summer. Anytime, any day, whenever you need fast, reliable air conditioning service. Their friendly technicians have fully stocked work vans, so they can get your AC done on site the same day. Rely on a family-owned Jacksonville-grown company this summer to keep your home cooling system working smarter, not harder. Experience the Bolt difference. Visit BoltCityAC.com to schedule your service appointment. BoltCityAC.com.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
I'm Patrick Young, inviting you to the Florida SBDC's Network Small Business Success Summit, August 19th and 20th at the Sawgrass Marriott in Ponte Vedra. If you're ready to learn, network, and be inspired, I'll be delivering a keynote message you won't want to miss. Secure your spot today by registering at floridasbdc.org. Hey, there's no time to waste. Right now is the right time. I hope to see you at the Small Business Success Summit in August.
Are you tired of having a plain and boring backyard? Really want to impress your family and friends this year? Then stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway. Imagine hosting guests at your new outdoor kitchen, relaxing by your custom-built fireplace under a brand new pergola. Stone Core can also remodel your old pool deck and beautiful new pavers. Make your backyard wishes a reality. Visit Stone Core on Phillips Highway and let's get started at stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Let's go! Help cheer your Sharks on to victory as they battle the Green Bay Blizzards in exciting IFL football action this Saturday, July 13th, 7 o'clock in the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Now, check out our new family pack. You get 4 tickets, 4 vouchers, and a $25 Al's Pizza gift card. It's a great deal. To purchase yours or to get more information, call 904-621-0700. And ho, ho, ho! Who's ready for Christmas in July?
A little Christmas music, maestro?
Whether you're on the naughty or nice list, come out and support your Sharks. You never know, you might get a chance to say hi to Santa.
It's almost Christmas.
All we want for Christmas is a Sharks win. Check out our post-game autograph session and see if the players and dancers are asking for the same present as you.
Let's go!
Don't miss the fun and excitement of Sharks football this Saturday, July 13th. For tickets, go to jacksharks.com or call 621-0700. That's 904-621-0700. Let's go!
Let's go!
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. The Gators have benefited from the retirement of Alabama head coach Nick Saban, as 4-star linebacker Miles Johnson, who previously committed to the Crimson Tide, is now pledged to the Gators. He made the announcement on Wednesday evening. Jaguar corner Tyson Campbell heads into the preseason feeling good about new defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen.
I'm excited for what's to come, and Coach Nielsen is a great coach. Everybody's going to excel in his defense.
Jacksonville Jaguars and Everbank Stadium partner Partners will host a job fair on Monday, July 15th at Everbank Stadium, presented by the Jaguars Guest Experience Department. The hiring event aims to fill thousands of part-time positions for all of 2024 home games and other stadium events throughout the season. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
80 degrees at 7:13. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
You know it! Yes, sir! Rolling along right now. Ow! All's good. Welcome. It's the 7 o'clock hour. Just to follow up on our spot, I just really wanted to tell you guys this, because a lot of people keep on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosure say, well, what's that promo code? It's Drill50 if you go to golfteerepair.com if you want to check out some great golf wear. And they got, I've been tweeting out some of the shirts that they have. I'll continue to do that, but it's pretty cool. It's golfteerepair.com, and Drill50 is your promo code for 50% off. I'm talking 50% right now, and so pretty good stuff going on with those guys over there. And it's Jacksonville guys, so always like to help those fellas out. Welcome back to the program. A lot going on today. Boy, I can't wait to talk to Ira Schofield and dig into this FSU stuff. Like the rumors starting up now about not the Big Ten, not the SEC. And we heard yesterday about how active and how open for business the Big 12 is. And to their credit, they lost their two cornerstones in Texas and Oklahoma, and they remain viable. Okay? And they remain viable while the Pac-12, Pac-10, Pac-8, Pac-4, Pac-6, Pac-2 is now disintegrated. And that's at the top. That was done because of people at the top. You know, the leaders at the top, the commissioners. You know, Pac-12 took a body blow when SC and UCLA said, we're going to the Big Ten. They should have immediately jumped. They didn't. And so what happened? They're gone. And it's kind of sad, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. It's changing world of college football, who I think that most of us don't exactly like. I think most of us aren't thrilled with the way college football goes. But I say all that, and then I say, but on Saturdays, we're all there, baby. We're all in. We're all in. I saw this story, Gibby, and I've been in Florida since I was a kid. I was upstate New York guy. We moved to Miami, when I was 12. Never left. Love the Sunshine State. Love Florida. And so, you know, one of the things of Florida is it's a hot state, man. It's hot here.
Oh, yeah.
It's hot. Hot time in the city. So, but when we moved down to Miami, that was my family's decision, my pops, and we're going to Miami. I'm in upstate New York. I'm 12 years old. Do you think I want to go to Miami? I don't want to go to Miami. But we go to Miami. And one thing my dad always said is, we're going to use the air conditioning. Now, this is a long time ago. This is in the 70s. So we fired up the AC, and we always kept it cool. And I love seeing the stories about set your thermostat at 78 degrees in the summer. That don't fly in the Hicken household. That's supposed to carry it over from my childhood. We don't set it at 78, baby. No.
78 is hot, man.
78 is hot. I know, because they're talking about trying to help you reduce your utility bill. I get it. Here's an idea. How about you don't charge as much?
Right.
I mean, these utility bills are through the roof, right? But what do you set your AC at?
Oh, I think it's like 70.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think it's like
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like 73 guy. So, and that's plenty. That's plenty. Sometimes if I see it at 73 and I'm cold, I'll kick it up a notch or two. But 73 is fine for me. But I just, some of the, and you can drop it down at night and keep it if nobody's home. Okay, fine. But I think most people keep that AC blowing.
If my thermostat is at 78 at home, something's wrong. Something's got. All right, the AC's not working.
Okay.
Yeah. 78's hot.
Yeah.
I got animals in my house. They don't want them to burn up in there.
It is. We have to. I take the rock dog Rocky for a walk in the bay. Our dog is dumb as a fence post and hasn't figured out yet that the backyard would be a wonderful bathroom, but he likes to go for walks. But, man, when you go walking in the middle of the day and it's hot out right now, that dog is panting when he gets back. And he goes right on the hardwood floor, man. Just lays out flat. He finds the coolest spot, lays out flat, and tries to get it back after he's done walking around out there. So, but, yeah, 78. Come on, man. We're setting it at 78.
Crazy people. That's what I think.
Yeah. Some people are chiming in 75 from 5 to 10, 73 from 10 to 6. Okay. 67 at night, 72 during the day. I thought me and the Ox Gator and me, we've always done this. And they've changed this to some of the hotels. But like when the Ox Gator travels, we always talk about first thing you do when you go in that hotel room, you set that bad boy down to 60, 65 degrees, man.
Yeah.
You get
cool
that
it down.
You get under them covers, man, and you enjoy that. You enjoy that cold air. But some of those now have they lock it in and you're like, no, this ain't gonna work.
Can't change it.
Yeah, I'm being told on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, a JTB 95 speed trap. JTB 95 speed trap. Also 295 north before Bay Meadows Road. Express lane speed trap. Be careful. Thank you, Googans. Thank you. Keep us posted on that. 76 in the day, 73 to 74 overnight. Okay. I wonder, how much does that save you? Does that save, if you manipulate, let's say you put your AC at 76 in the day and 73 at night. Is that pennies? Is that, and let's say your electric bill runs, I don't know. I mean, mine right now in the summertime, I'm $600-700 a month. Let's say but that includes water. But let's say your electric bill does it go from, let's say it's $500 and you do it that way. Does it go down to $400? Does it go down to $350 or does it go down to $485?
Probably $485.
So if I'm saving $15 a month, I'm just leaving it alone. I'm not going and, jamming with it.
Somebody said, if I'm at a hotel, I'm taking advantage of that. They're charging me enough. I'm going to use that air.
Yeah, use that air, baby. Yeah, those hotels ain't cheap, man. You crank that thing down. Enjoy that. Now, I will do this. I have changed one way with hotels, by the way. And it's just a small thing. It's not a big deal. I'm not but when I go to hotels, I don't need them. I don't need the maids coming in every day. So I always tell them no service. If eventually I need one,
do not disturb.
If I'm there for 4 or 5 days is one thing. If I'm there for 2, even 3 days, I don't need them coming in and doing all that. Just leave me alone.
I've been seeing a lot of people say 76 during the day. I must be the outlier because I'm like 70. I'm way down there.
Ooh, that's cold, man.
During the day, yeah.
Yeah. I would say you're probably more of an outlier there on that one, but it's just interesting going forward on the especially in the summertime, man. You gotta. They say turn up your AC to save electricity, yet they push electric cars. I'm puzzled.
Yeah.
$600 to $700 a month. You are the Duke of Pablo Bay. I'm telling you, man, it ain't cheap. But like I said, it does include water. 76 from 4 a.m. to 5 p.m. 72 5 p.m. to 4 a.m. Okay, I'm fine with that. Like I said, though, I wonder, what does that save you? What does that save you?
Now, maybe one of the Googans can tell us. I'm not really sure.
Does that save you 100? And listen, with JEA, don't kid yourself. I know we run the AC more in the summer, but we run it the Hicken family runs it pretty much year round. And I don't think things change a whole lot. And for some odd reason, that bill damn sure goes up in the summertime. I guess they're working harder. Your units are working harder. Here's my man, 68, 24 hours a day.
Now that's cold.
Woo!
That's cold.
You got some chill on there, my friend.
We'll have to stack some blankets on that one.
Yeah. You got some chill in that thing going on. So, yeah, but anyway, we shall see. We shall see. All right, so we are closing in on, what do we got? What's today? Today's the 11th. We got training camp starting here real soon. Real soon. So, a couple weeks, and the Jags will be out on the field. We had Tyson Campbell on yesterday. He was interesting. He said, I like it hot. I said, oh, God.
Yeah, he's a South Florida plantation.
Hot is hot, man. It is. And you'll get those black helmets on out there, and it's hot. But as you all know, training camp is not what it used to be. I mean, listen. We went to Stevens Point in the 90s. It's the all-timer. It's one of the great stories in Jaguars history, right? Our man TC wanted to get out of the heat and goes to Stevens Point, and they get a heat wave like they've never had. They were saying that the story goes, the cattle were dying in middle America, Wisconsin. We're in Wisconsin, man, and we had to stay. The media boys had to stay we stayed in the college dorms at Stevens Point. No AC. Talk about AC and no AC. No AC. That wasn't fun, my man. That was not fun. So, and back then, guess where we were right now, July 11th in 1995 for the first training camp. We were in Stevens Point. We cranked that thing up early, baby. He got like an extra week or two because he was an expansion team. And Tom took full advantage of that. Man, they had some two-a-days. I remember these garbage cans full of ice and water. The boys jumping in those things after practice. They go out there again in the afternoon. Woo! Two-a-days. Those things are unheard of now. I mean, come on, man.
They don't exist.
You got X amount of padded practices a year that the NFLPA only allows. It's like
you can't touch each other.
Yeah, you got 15 even padded practices during the season. I mean,
what did Urban got fined, or the Jags got fined because Urban went over the line with hitting?
That was in OTAs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got
even training camp.
He got busted. He had an OTA. But listen.
How hot was it in Stevens Point? Like, if you're talking, 80s?
No, it was in the 90s,
was
man.
It really?
It was a heat wave. It was, unprecedented.
Even Wisconsin, it was that hot.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it was a Middle America heat wave. It was...
And no AC.
Yeah, we had no AC.
Good Lord.
Historic heat wave, July 12th through the 15th, 1995. South Central and Southeast Wisconsin experienced a historic heat wave, resulted in 71 directly related heat deaths and 70 indirectly related deaths. Yeah, it was a heat wave, man. I mean, it was. I'm looking at all the look back, deadly heat wave of July 95, Chicago heat wave 95. I'm telling you, man, it was hot. Back then. So, but again, that's what you'll get here too. So, and getting ready for training camp. All right, let's do this. We'll take a break. What do we got? The 10-minute drill. Then we got Doc Murphy.
Yep.
We'll get somebody registered for our breakfast when we come back too. We'll do that and more right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. And I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam.
Hey, Hicken here for Bow 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden, frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area, and, of course, the founder of Bow 9. Visit Bow 9 Associates today. Experience the difference, keeping the First Coast focused. That's Bow 9 and Associates.
Expert Automotive is ready to keep you cool this summer. Right now, get an AC inspection or a system cooling checkup. Your choice for only $19.99. Their gift to you this summer is $50 off any service and a free tire rotation with any service. Their ASE certified technicians can keep your car cool without breaking the bank this summer. Call them at 374-3373 to get an appointment today. Expert Automotive. They never sell greed, only what you need.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a dandy, and do it today.
Smooth sailing and a smooth taste of Vida de Luis, an all-natural tequila made with volcanic spring water and aerated to provide a smoother finish. Go to VidaDeLuis.com and set a course for smooth living today.
College football is finally here. Yes! SEC Football Media Days. Catch interviews with coaches and players.
We need change. I think everybody knows that.
If you miss one, you can hear it on demand at 1010XL.com. Brought to you by Instant Keys.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's challenger, a paint color namer from Jacksonville, Florida. Meet Irving Stapler.
Hi, Howie.
So the next round is word association. I'll say a word and you give me the first word you think of. Engagement ring.
Jeweler.
Gas station.
Fueler.
Aaron Burr.
Dueler.
Air conditioning.
Wow. Jeez. It's a toughie.
Come on, Irv. The sponsor's going to kill me now.
Oh, Bueller.
That's right, Irv. If your AC is struggling through the summer heat, the first name you should think of for fast, friendly, 5-star service is Bueller Air and Plumbing. The name to know to make sure you are cool.
Have a beer, Irv.
Cooler.
Stay cooler with Bueller. Visit BuellerAir.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O.
If you want high-quality water in your home at a fair price that won't scare you to death, then talk to someone who knows water and is not a pushy salesman. Contact your local water boy, Keith. I install premium equipment and can repair or even rebuild your existing system. In a business known for aggressive sales tactics, let me show you how my approach is different. If you've got any water problems, contact the water boy at waterboyjack.com.
It's the coolest week to save during the summer fan sale at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Buy one fan, save 10%. Buy two, save 15%. Buy three or more and save 20% off all fans at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Showroom near the Avenues.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather now hot as can be, look ahead and get that backyard ready for fall with a new open air or screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are the best in the business. So if you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by Jack's Concrete Coatings.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
On 1010XL.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack. Gibby, what are we handing out today?
We have a $30 gift card to Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles, the best place in town for memorabilia. Check them out at the intersection of Phillips and Shad Road. And we've also got a 4-pack of tickets to the Jacksonville Sharks game Saturday against the Green Bay Blizzard. The 10-minute drill is brought to you by Jack's Concrete Coatings. They did a great job on the Walk-Off Charities facility there with Frank Frangie and those guys. So thanks to Jack's Concrete Coatings for sponsoring the 10-minute drill.
All right. At the end of the drill, we'll do that. Also, we're going to hold off. We'll do the breakfast next segment then, and we'll get some guys registered for our breakfast for next Tuesday. The Breakfast with Champions. Breakfast with Champions. Did you see this guy? This guy with Aaron Rodgers is like, Aaron,
I just
want a Super Bowl.
And he was crying, man. I just want a Super Bowl.
That was great. That was great.
Get that guy away from me.
I like that. That was good. That's all he wants. That's all he wants.
Poor Jets fans, man. They have been miserable.
Man, I'll tell you what. Fan bases, we all go through it. And it's funny, when you talk about that, you talk about, and the Jaguars are one of 4 teams not to go to a Super Bowl. We know that. We're going into our 30th year of football, and you think you fall into one here or there along the way, but as bad as it has been for the Jaguars at times, there are other fan bases that take the cake, man, and every one of them can tell you something, you mentioned the Jets. They haven't been in the playoffs in, 13 years?
Was Rex the last to take them?
Yeah, they went to the AFC Championship in 2010, I believe.
Rex and Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, the Denver Broncos, who were a proud franchise, now have an 8-year playoff drought cooking. Carolina, 6 years. And this is just playoff droughts, okay? So we can do playoff wins. We can do – and then it's like my friend John Bachman over at Action News, huge Vikings fan. And then go look at the Vikings history and all the brutal losses that they've suffered. And sometimes, you say, well, it's better to be there. Sometimes it's not. And the Vikings go back to the 70s. The Hail Mary was born against the Minnesota Vikings when Drew Pearson pushed off the Vikings defensive back and caught a touchdown pass from Roger Staubach, and Dallas won in Minnesota. The Vikings were Super Bowl bound the year the Falcons upset them because Gary Anderson hadn't missed a kick all year, missed a kick. I mean, it's just incredible. There's been some some incredibly heartbreaking losses. We're talking, the Saints when they lost to the Rams and then they lost to the Vikings, and so it's just every team can espouse certain things that when you start thinking about it, and that's just in the NFL, and then you go to other sports. So it's again, one of the things I've always said about being a sports fan, man, you got to enjoy, and I've learned this as I've gotten older, okay? You got to enjoy the ride, man, because very few people, I was heartsick about the Rangers not winning the Stanley Cup this year, right? And we got to the, Eastern Conference Finals, and we couldn't beat Florida. And Florida was better than us. And the only way we were going to get him is somehow Shesty was and he was great, but he, again, they had a better team. And so we got to 10 wins. We needed 16 to win the Cup. And then Florida went 7 with Edmonton, and Florida got to celebrate. But it's incredible amounts of good fortune, health, etc., going through. And generally, for every 95% of us as sports fans, we end up disappointed. And everyone has a breaking point, I think. But it's funny. Sometimes you hit that breaking point, and then you just got to get away from it, but then you're back. You're right back in. You know? I mean, your Atlanta Braves are a perfect example of teams that, you know, I mean, would you win 14 division titles in a row?
Yep.
But you only won one World Series.
In 95, yep.
So you kind of, and thank God you won the one, because if you hadn't won any, it would have been unbelievable. And then a couple years ago, you got another one. And so now you're sort of okay, but, you know, now you're struggling and you've had this great team in the regular season the last 2 years, and you just go out with whimpers against the Phils and a rival, and it drives you nuts.
It does. You know, Braves set records last year, best offense, this and that, and then petered out in the playoffs.
You know, and here are so right now in baseball, the Dodgers, another great example. They got one World Series with all these great teams, and that was COVID year.
That was the shortened season, 60 games.
And so that's odd.
Some would call that a Mickey Mouse ring.
Yeah, some would. And then here they are again. Now they're playing the Phillies, and the Phillies are down guys, and the Phillies have whooped them a couple days in a row. And now the Dodgers are down pitchers. And again, baseball is different because the Dodgers know they're going to be in the playoffs. The Braves know they're going to be in the playoffs. So you just got to hope you can get your guys. You can get, you know, you need 2 or 3 pitchers when the bell rings in the playoffs and a bullpen, right? Because I don't think you would have won that. Who was your left-handed reliever who struck out the side against was it the Dodgers or
Matzik.
Was it Matzik?
Yeah, I think it was Matzik.
He had an unbelievable inning and got you out of a big jam, and that kind of propelled you, and that bullpen was terrific for you. And then the very next year, these bullpen guys are weird. They'll do 180s and stink.
Yeah.
So you never know. But, yeah, the Dodgers are down. I think Glasnow just went on. Kershaw's been out. I mean, you can go down the list of the Dodgers.
They're thin at pitcher right now.
Yeah, they're missing a lot of guys.
Bobby Miller just got lit up and sent down to AAA. The Phillies put like 10 runs on him. He's a guy that made his debut last year, a really good young pitcher, a lot of velocity, but he got absolutely shelled against the Phillies the other day, and they sent him down.
So who is what happened to the and I don't follow him, but what happened to the what was his name? Was his last name May? Big redheaded dude?
Oh, yeah, Dustin May. He's had Tommy John.
Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, so Tyler Glasnow's on the 15-day DL. All these guys are, I mean, they got a lot of guys who are out. Walker Buehler went back out.
And he's struggled.
Yamamoto out. I mean, these are all, they're big, you know, Clayton Kershaw. Those 4 alone, right? Max Muncy out. Mookie out.
Got hit with a guy broke his hand.
Yeah, was it MVP, playing at an MVP level? Yeah, Dustin May expected to return 2024.
So he'll be back.
July 18th, I guess. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
No firm timetable. Oh, wait, a second major elbow surgery in the past 3 seasons puts much of his 24 in doubt. So who knows?
Yeah, and the thing about
Tony Gonsolin, who had that one great year,
he
had Tommy John.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just these, you know, there is an epidemic in baseball. We'll talk to Doc Murphy, but there is an epidemic in baseball with these pitchers, man. I mean, these guys, we've lost Brooks Raley, Drew Smith, and then yesterday, Reed Garrett, who I noticed was being overworked, had elbow issues.
Yeah.
And he just went on the 15-day DL. I mean, it's an epidemic, man.
One thing we can ask Doc about, I wonder if he's done this surgery, but I mentioned this to Prosser, but there's a new surgery out there that's not exactly Tommy John, but it's called an internal brace procedure.
Mm-hmm.
And Strider had it, and he's like the first guy that I know of in the big leagues that's had it. And now there's maybe a couple other guys that have had it now, but essentially, and Doc could explain this way better, but they put a stitch in your arm instead of a ligament, and it's not supposed to break.
Mm-hmm.
That's the theory. It's not supposed to break, and you're back even quicker. And so Strider's not going to be back this year, but the thought is that he'll be good as new and ready to go for spring training. But we'll see. It's not been done very often in the big leagues yet, but Strider did it. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. All right, well, let's do this. 641-1010. Gibby, as we head to break, tell them what they're going to win.
They are going to win a $30 gift card to Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. And then we're also going to give away a family 4-pack of tickets to the Jacksonville Sharks game this weekend. It's Saturday It's July 13th against the Green Bay Blizzard. We'll take caller number 2 right now at 641-1010.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
There's a new one-stop shop for all things Florida State. Subscribe to 1010XL Seminoles YouTube channel, up-to-the-minute updates, analysis, and more. Plant the spear and subscribe to 1010XL Seminoles channel today.
Hey, I couldn't be any happier than be part of the George Moore Chevrolet family. And when I say family, I'm telling you, that's what they treat you like when you head over to that beautiful showroom off Atlantic Boulevard. You'll find out exactly what I'm talking about. There's no pressure there. It's just friendly help, man. And, they'll talk to you. What are you looking for? Are you looking for a car, a truck, an SUV, an electric, a pre-owned? George Moore Chevrolet's got them. I got that beautiful blue Silverado, man. My boy Blue and me, we're best of friends. If you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MoreChevy.com. So easy to navigate. See all the vehicles, sales, service, parts. I've used them all, right? Service there was terrific. Never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Yo, E to the T here, and we've all been there before. A weekend trip to the casino? Canceled because real life came calling. MyBookie's new and improved online casino is here to change the game. Dive into a truly realistic casino experience featuring the latest in slots, progressive jackpots, and live dealer action. All from the comfort of the crib, my boy. I love the live casino. Just go to MyBookie and click Live Casino at the top. You'll find the dealers ready to spin just like you're at the casino. The MyBookie Casino provides a Las Vegas experience with the actions in your hands, and you don't even need to wear pants, my guy. Start at MyBookie today with a generous sign-up bonus using promo code 1010XL and a revamped loyalty program that'll ensure the host an exclusive VIP perk. So sign up and hit the casino with promo code 1010XL. The more you play, the more you win. Only with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
It's back! The Big One sales event is here, and it's going on now at Arlington Toyota. Arlington has over 400 new Toyotas available. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and family vans. And that means now is the time to go big and go home in style. Plus, with every new Toyota purchase, you get Arlington's lifetime warranty and 30-day exchange program. But don't wait. The Big One sales event won't last long, so shop today. 10939 Atlantic Boulevard and online at arlingtontoyota.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Prime Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Prime Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Prime Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 904-902-8222. 904-902-8222. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 904-902-8222.
When it comes to towing products, your safety on the road is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Whether it's a heavy-duty tow hitch, trailer frame, wiring, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjax.com to explore a range of products and schedule your installation. Cannons of Jacksonville, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Start your Saturday with a whiff of the great outdoors.
Captain Kevin Favor here with Captain Kirk and Jeff Loggeman, and we bring you the fresh air of the great outdoors.
On the Nimnit Outdoors Show, presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Gibby Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
Let's go! Help cheer your Sharks on to victory as they battle the Green Bay Blizzards in exciting IFL football action this Saturday, July 13th, 7 o'clock in the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Now, check out our new Family Pack. You get 4 tickets, 4 vouchers, and a $25 Al's Pizza gift card. It's a great deal. To purchase yours or to get more information, call 904-621-0700. And ho, ho, ho! Who's ready for Christmas in July?
A little Christmas music, maestro?
Whether you're on the naughty or nice list, come out and support your Sharks. You never know, you might get a chance to say hi to Santa.
It's almost Christmas.
All we want for Christmas is a Sharks win. Check out our post-game autograph session and see if the players and dancers are asking for the same present as you.
Let's go!
Don't miss the fun and excitement of Sharks football this Saturday, July 13th. For tickets, go to jacksharks.com or call 621-0700. That's 904-621-0700. Let's go!
Let's go!
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
I mean, Doc, Vail is a nice option is all I'm saying.
Vail is a nice place.
It's a nice place. And they used to tell me, and I had a buddy of mine who did this, you move out to Colorado, you never come back. Anyway, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Dr. Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. You're inside the business of a private conversation. That's all you're going to get, because we're here to talk injuries and talk sports and talk with you guys right now, and that's why we have the doctor in the house. And let's start with, Kawhi Leonard is a U.S. Olympian, no more, been sent home, said he was good to go, and kind of go over his history a little bit. He's always been he's mystery guy, right, with the injuries, and we know he's got a bad knee. He sat out towards the end of the year with the Clippers. I think he missed some of the playoffs, right? And then he went to the Olympics. He was running with the boys. He said on Sunday, I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'm playing now, so I'm happy. He admitted he had concerns about playing in the Olympics, but said, I took the time and I was able to turn it around over the last 2 weeks, so I'm out here. He had surgery to repair a torn ACL 3 years ago. Surgery to repair a meniscus injury 1 year ago on his right knee. Missed the final 8 games of the regular season. What are we dealing with here? Could this be, are we headed towards the end of Kawhi Leonard, which I'm wondering?
Well, when you have a meniscus injury after an ACL injury, could certainly be just an isolated injury to the meniscus, but sometimes you just have a little subtle looseness to your ACL still. so it may not be a perfect result from the ACL. But either way, a couple surgeries like that. At this point, he's got some worn end of the bone cartilage. So he's got some arthritis of his knee, basically. So when he pounds it and plays a lot, it swells and he can't go. And so that's probably what he's dealing with now.
And that's probably a rest of your career.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not going to go away.
Right. Yeah. And you can't fix it.
Yeah, you can't. You can try PRP. You can, there's surgical procedures to go try and smooth the cartilage and this, that, and the other, but it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah. On the flip side, Kevin Durant has not been practicing, but he's staying with the team. So that's why it's a little weird to me. Like Kevin Durant has a calf injury. So he did not practice during the 5-day training camp that just concluded with a game Wednesday in Vegas, but they're going off to Abu Dhabi, I think is their next stop, and he's going with them, and they expect him to come back. So he's had some calf issues before, and it led to worse things. So,
well, I'm sure they're going to be ultra careful with that because of that.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy that, it's calf. Oh, wait a minute.
Remember?
No, I just tore my Achilles.
Yeah. So, and how do you treat that?
Well, you want it to be fully stretched out.
Okay.
Because if you have a partial tear and it scars in, it shortens the tendon, and then you stretch it out abruptly and it rips. So, or you may not rip it, but you make it worse. You turn like these hamstring things. It scars in, you go out and run on it and injure it again. It just makes it a more prolonged injury.
Please ask Dr. Murphy. This is on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. I'm a 52-year-old male, avid golfer, play baseball, softball my whole life, and have a god-awful pain in my left elbow. It hurts so much that I cannot even pick up a drink with my left hand. Any ideas?
Wow. Well, it's a broad area.
Yeah.
If there's catching and he's left-handed thrower, certainly could have had some looseness with loose bodies in there.
Yeah.
Could be a nerve impingement of the elbow. There's a number of things. If it's shooting pain down the arm.
Doc, I'm going to jump in here. My man, if it hurts that much, we got to get that checked out, bro.
Yeah, that was my next comment. If it's keeping you from holding the glass, you need to come on and get seen.
Yeah, you got to get that. Come on, you don't want to go through life like that. If you're that active, get it fixed. It may not be that big a deal. It may be, but let's get it looked at least. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, but I got to jump in. I mean,
it's tough to diagnose people over the radio, but if it's,
we don't even know if he's left hand. Are we
in.
throwing with our left hand all the time?
If it's a throwing arm, it's a little more likely that it's a looseness issue and some early arthritic changes and loose pieces.
Yeah, 52. You're starting to get a little age on you, but you got a lot of time. You want to keep golfing and playing softball and go get it checked. That's what I would tell you. But I have noticed, and I'm going to say this, and I know that and we've been doing this a lot of years, so we see these injuries come and we see these injuries go. But man, oh man, it seems like it is epidemic with these major league pitchers and these injuries. I don't think guys even make it through seasons anymore without, at some point, at least going on the DL. It's incredible to me.
Yeah, I heard you on the way in. I was trying to look that one up. I don't know that there's any study recently comparing it, but I agree. Seemingly, there's a lot of these now, and we see more in the younger kids too. I know, I've said it before. The young kids just throw too damn much.
Right.
They throw particularly down here in Florida. They throw all year round, and they throw too much, and they're going to wear their arms out. You need to back that off so that you can play later and do well. The older guys are these guys. They're professionals. A lot of them been through it, but there's a lot of torque on that elbow. It just is. They throw hard. And it creates this Tommy John phenomenon, and we can roll that into the treatment of it. But we were talking about this internal bridge. So the internal bridge procedure has been around for quite a while. Not necessarily in the Tommy John surgery, but you use it for MCLs, you use it in ACLs. It's more of an augmentation of a repair, typically. So if you repair something or put a graft in, frequently we'll put this internal bridge suture in, and they call it an internal brace as opposed to an external brace that everybody sees, the big clunky brace. The theory is you put this big, thick, non-absorbable suture in there that protects your graft so in the early rehab, you protect it from stretching it out and so forth until the graft reincorporates. So when you put a graft into somebody, it's avascular, it's dead.
Okay.
Your body grows vascularity into that and replaces it. That takes a period of time. And as you rehab it, the rehab protocols are now very aggressive, and we get going early. And you don't want the graft to stretch out in that process. So the theory is to put this thick rope-like suture in there so it doesn't stretch while you rehab it. But the theory now to take that to the next step and say, well, why don't we just put this big rope suture in there and skip putting the graft in? Well, okay, that's a neat theory, but that theory has been tried in ACLs way in the past and has failed, and it's going to fail again if that's what's being done. So you can use it as an augmentation, but to use it as the primary graft to replace the ligament is going to fail. And so hopefully that's not being done. You could do it in a partial ligament injury in an elbow and put that brace in to let it heal and protect it. But to think you're going to put that suture in there to replace the ligament, I can tell you that's not going to work.
Let's focus in on one guy as sort of a representative of what we're seeing in baseball now, and that would be Tyler Glasnow, right? Tyler Glasnow pitches for the Dodgers. He started with, I think, Gibby, the Pirates.
Yes.
And then Tampa. And now the Dodgers. He's a very talented kid, okay? And he is, let me get an age on Tyler. Tyler is 30, okay? And I just read this about him. So he goes on the IL, first time this year, which is great for him. Lower back tightness. Now, okay, lower back tightness, I guess I'd rather have lower back tightness than elbow soreness.
Absolutely.
Okay? I mean, I'm good with lower. I mean, we'll maybe miss a couple weeks. Take a couple weeks off. If it hurts a little bit, let's get that fixed. We need you in September. All right, All-Star break's coming up, so it's that week. It stays out a couple weeks, misses a start or two. But here's what caught my eye. Tyler Glasnow, 30 years old, has thrown 109 innings this year, putting him just 11 shy of matching his career high in a single season. This is a starting pitcher in the major leagues since he was 22. He's 30 now. His first year was in 2016. The most games he's ever started in a year was last year, 21 games. I mean, again, if you start every fifth day, Doc, I'm not a mathematician. When you play 160, you divide by 5, you're coming out to around 30 starts. That's what we want. A full season for a pitcher is 30 starts. This guy's never made it past 21. I mean, 109. And, Murph says, one of the things Murph teaches us is there's something about guys who can eat innings, whether they're good or not. And that's what baseball needs. Guys who just can throw. You can throw. You'll get me through 5 innings. We're getting our butts kicked. But you know what? You got me because it's a long season. And the Stars, I mean, this guy has made 106 starts in 9 years. It's 10 a year, peeps. And he's making buku.
He's pacing himself.
I guess this is what I go to, though. I mean, this is part of the deal that I'm seeing, and it's elbow and it's shoulder, and it just, I don't know. It just seems like but that he seems like a symbol to what I'm dealing with.
Does he have multiple injuries, or is always this low back strain?
No, he's had multiple.
Okay.
Yeah, he's had multiple. Let me look at his injury history. But yeah, he's had.
Yeah, and there's guys that are like that.
Yeah.
In every sport that have multiple injuries that just they can't work through them.
Years of elbow troubles eventually led to Tommy John surgery, an oblique strain that sidelined him for parts of last year.
Yeah.
I mean, I know one more I wanted to ask you, too. I'll get this in quick. I was watching this Netflix show, Receivers. It was quarterbacks last year. This year it's receivers. And they're focused on like 5 guys. One of the guys is Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Detroit Lions. And in like week 4 last year, they told him, he said, and I want to know if this is possible, what's the oblique? Is the oblique a muscle?
Yeah, it's one of your abdominal muscles.
Is that like on the side?
Yeah, it kind of goes into your groin, kind of on the side.
Okay. He said he tore the oblique off the bone, but he only missed a week. Maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I
Okay.
mean, you don't always fix those.
Okay.
He certainly could have had an avulsion where it attaches in the pelvis. But usually you would hold them out longer than a week if they truly had pulled off there acutely.
Is that and you don't fix it because it just kind of reattaches itself?
A lot of them do get fixed. That's that. Okay. These core injuries. Fixed. That's one that more than likely would be fixed.
Yeah.
If it evolves, because you can reattach that. And maybe they didn't get it right away, and they felt he didn't have enough pain or symptoms from it. It's fine.
All right. Anything else? Want to tell other kids to hydrate? Just keep hydrating?
Boy, it's hot, isn't it?
It is hot.
Yeah. I mean, if you're
It's
sweating
hot.
for more than an hour, you need more than water. I'll say
Yeah.
that. You need some electrolyte replacement.
Yeah.
One of those energy drinks because, you lose a lot of electrolytes in addition to just the water.
And having gone through kidney stones, I've also been told I got to drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
So drink water. It's kidney stone capital of the world as you get older. So, Doc, it's always great to see you.
Good to see you guys.
It's our man. He's a legend. Dr. Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com. For all your orthopedic needs, nobody better. This is The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. He's our high school sports muscle,
Stop calling your arms guns.
Ryan the Hacker Green.
We're going to do something different.
Hacker After Dark.
A little more down to earth.
Right after Rick Ballou. Evenings on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
At Hodges Mazda, what Mazda moves you? Find out. Take advantage of 0% APR on our versatile lineup of 2024 Mazda crossover SUVs. Lauren Brooks here. Choose from the off-road ready 2024 Mazda CX-50, the stylish 2024 Mazda CX-30, or the tailored-for-you Mazda CX-5. With 0% APR for 36 months, you'll find your perfect CUV. Our professional non-commissioned sales team always puts your best interest first, and you'll get 2 years free maintenance. Visit Hodges Mazda today or shop online at HodgesMazda.com. See dealer for details. Terms and fees for qualified applicants expires July 31st, 2024.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Tired of an AC warranty that doesn't seem to cover what actually breaks? Not at Vaughn's Heating and Air. New AC units from Vaughn's include a 10-year warranty covering all parts, all labor, and all refrigerant. So remember, if your AC won't turn on, just call Vaughn's.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping first-time home buyers with their mortgage financing all over Florida for 34 years. First-time home buyers can get no or low down payments, anywhere from 0 to 3.5% down. As a first-time home buyer with Trustline Mortgage, you get added benefits for doing your loan with us, like lower rates on your mortgage insurance and lower closing costs. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Trustline gives first-time home buyers better mortgage interest rates? Here's the bottom line. Trustline Mortgage wants to help first-time home buyers accomplish your goal of home ownership. That's why Trustline Mortgage is offering the best first-time home buyer benefits around, period. Trustline Mortgage delivers with no and low down payments, lower closing costs, and better interest rates. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. Yes, 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you buy your dream home. Or visit our website at TrustlineMortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing opportunity. MLS number 331480.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
It's time to fire up your grill, shoot off some fireworks, and launch one of the biggest sales in the history of the United States. It's our Independence Sale happening right now at Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet. Whether you drive a car, a truck, or an EV, everyone is welcome to celebrate our Independence Sale with the lowest prices, largest inventory, and the most love for our country. Come celebrate with Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. You don't want to miss this.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by the Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport says Jaguar cornerback Tyson Campbell is in for a big payday.
Tyson Campbell, very quietly, has emerged as one of the better young corners in the NFL. At some point, going to end up being one of the higher-paid corners in the NFL.
Jags corner Tyson Campbell, appearing on 1010XL The Drill, didn't express concern about getting the contract extension done.
Right now, I don't know. Letting my agent do his job. And if the guy says it's time for me to get an extension right now, then, it'll happen.
The Jacksonville Jaguars will be holding up to 15 open practices for training camp this summer, starting on July 14th at the Miller Electric Center. The Jaguars will also host a practice inside Everbank Stadium on August 3rd, where the team will celebrate local veterans and active duty military members. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 82 degrees at 8:07. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, our go-to guy when we talk FSU athletics is Ira Schofel. He's been doing it a long time over there in Tallahassee. Nobody better. At warchant.com. Ira, how are you, man? Good morning.
I'm great, Dan. How are you?
I'm doing well. Appreciate the time. There's so much going on with Florida State. I mean, I want to talk football, but I can't. I'd be remiss. I gotta know what the skinny is, or what you're thinking, or where we're headed here with it. Let's start with this. Is it clear to you that FSU will not be in the ACC?
I mean, for sure, at some point, whether that's the earliest obviously would be 2025. I think there's a chance of that. If not then by 2026. But yeah, I can't imagine Florida State being in this conference more than 2 years.
Okay, so everybody is pretty much in agreement on that, right? I mean, that part is kind of a done deal.
Yeah, if you didn't know before, I kind of had that feeling probably about a year ago.
Right.
But just from people I talked to. But then once the lawsuits were filed,
right,
and you see some of the things that FSU has brought up in their lawsuit, and is look, you can go a couple different ways in legal battles, and Florida State, I think, is going scorched earth, and I think that's pretty clear that they have no intention of staying in the conference.
On a side note, do you, as a guy who covers Florida State, how do you enjoy this part of it, or you'd rather be just doing the sports stuff? I'm just curious. Like, do you enjoy the off the field? Do you enjoy the digging into all this?
I don't know if it matters if I enjoy it because it's the way of college football now. But
yeah, for sure.
No, look, I mean, it's definitely. I like talking to people, and I like kind of getting a feel for what's happening and trying to figure out what's going on. So that part of it is there's some exhilaration, I guess, of figuring out how it's all going to play out. But at the same time, the legal stuff is not fun, just because. I obviously didn't go to legal school. I had a hard enough time with my undergraduate school.
Yeah.
So reading these filings and what does this mean and what does that mean? And there's so much, what's unfortunate is there's so many people now in the media space, as you know.
Right.
Like anybody can start a podcast, anybody can start a YouTube channel, and there's so much misinformation out there. So then you're constantly getting people coming at you with, hey, this guy said this person said that. Why aren't you reporting this?
Right.
Listen, we kind of have a different job.
Right.
And I'm not putting those people down, but there's a different standard for what we put out there, and I'm not saying that we're always right either.
No, but you're fair. You're right about that. And by the way, because in the last year, FSU's been announcement forthcoming FSU to the SEC, an announcement forthcoming FSU to the Big Ten, and now an announcement forthcoming FSU to the Big 12. I mean, it's one after another after another.
Yeah, and so you're kind of always, and you can't ignore stuff. I mean, sometimes. The news that USC and UCLA were going to the Big Ten was broken by one of those people, a guy who just started a YouTube channel.
Right.
So you have to pay attention to all of it. And so I end up late at night laying in bed watching YouTube videos of podcasters I've never heard of because, you just need to see what's out there and see if there's anything to it.
Ira, what do you make of the latest rumors now with the Big 12 interest? Is that something that you're vetting right now, and what do you think of that?
Yeah, I listen. We've had people on our site say that, Ross Dellinger's just doing this for clicks or whatever. look, I mean, Ross Dellinger is as good as there is in college football reporting. He doesn't go back 20, 30 years like some of the people that, we grew up reading, but he's obviously very connected, has great sources, and he's saying that Florida State has had some at least conversations with the Big 12. I think Florida State's covering all their bases, which they're smart to do. I don't think Florida State plans to go to the Big 12. But, look, there's some uncertainty with all of this. They still don't know what it's going to cost to get out. It could cost anywhere from $100 million, I think that's the low end, to $500 million to get out of the ACC. So, they have to figure out what that's going to look like, and then whether or not they actually have a landing spot in the SEC or the Big Ten. You hear a lot of conflicting information about that. I personally think if Florida State had their media rights and could walk out the door and as a free agent, I believe that one of those conferences would take them. But I don't know that that's etched in stone. And there are people who are very close to those conferences who say, they may not. And so Florida State's got to cover their bases. And, I think FSU fans would be furious if they left the ACC to just go to the Big 12. But the only thing I would say is, and the proposition that Ross Dellinger put out there that I think is the only way FSU would go to the Big 12, is if the Big 12 said, look, we value Florida State and Clemson so much higher than, everybody else in our conference that we're going to give them an extra $20 million a year.
Right.
Or we're not going to do it, but this third party is going to do it, kind of like an NIL deal for a player or something. And so if Florida State, the bottom line is Florida State's not mad at the ACC because they don't like the schools in the ACC. They just want to make more money. And if the Big 12 could do that, then I think it's on the table. But obviously, it's not what anybody around the program wants to see. People want to get in one of those two big conferences.
There's such a negativity about college football because of the greed and the money, but yet you have to understand if you're Florida State and you're getting X amount of dollars a year from the ACC and the school down the road who you have been better than is getting twice as much as you and it's going to continue to grow and you don't see any room for growth, you've got to do something, right? I mean, isn't that the bottom line? I mean, just the wanting to stay as one of the elite programs in the country. I mean, it costs money. That's just the way it is in this day and age, unfortunately for some of us, but that's how it is.
Yeah, no question. And, and 10 years ago when this came up and Florida State was flirting with the Big 12, and I was one of the loudest proponents of staying in the ACC. And even if you're making $5 million less a year, or $7 or $8, $10 million less a year, the ACC is a really good spot for Florida State for a lot of reasons. And I think it made sense to stay. The problem is once the SEC went and got Texas and Oklahoma, and their TV deal's gone through the roof, and the Big Ten got USC and UCLA, and their contracts gone through the roof. Yeah, you nailed it. Florida State, the powers that be, the administrators, the trustees, the idea that the University of Florida could be making $80 or $90 or $100 million a year while they're making $40 million a year is not acceptable because it's not just a status thing. It's not one of those things where, hey, that guy's making more than me.
Right.
It's what are they going to do with that money?
Right.
Are they going to, they're going to build better facilities. They're going to put more money into the non-revenue sports. We've already seen that. Some of these schools, what they're putting into not just baseball, but the money they're putting into softball and all these other programs because they have that extra money that these ACC schools don't have. And then you can hire the top coaches, you can hire the biggest staffs, so it's just a matter of it's not like Florida State woke up one day and said, we can't stay in the ACC. They just want to be able to compete with obviously Florida, but then all the other powers in college football, and they feel like they have to do something to get on that level.
Ira Schofel, our guest, he is warchant.com managing editor. Ira, is Clemson in lockstep with Florida State, or are they doing their own thing? Like, are you guys both would they both be going to the same, or is it not necessarily the case at all?
I think, people at FSU may not love this analogy, but I think it's kind of like if two guys are trying to escape from jail.
Right.
And we're going to work together. And then once we get over that fence, you could go your way or you could go my way. So that their number one priority, I think, is they are lockstep of they both want to be out.
Right.
They both want to get to higher ground. I don't think they're a package deal. There was a time, 10 years ago when this was all going on, FSU, I know for a fact that FSU and Clemson were very much in lockstep, and you almost could say there were at least a package deal to the extent of neither one was going to do anything without the other one knowing what they were going to do. I'm not sure it's as close as it was then, but they're very like-minded and both wanting to get out. I don't know that I don't believe they're a package deal once they get out, though.
Let me ask you your opinion. Best fit for Florida State, if you could pick, Big 10, SEC, Big 12. What do you think would be the best fit for FSU?
Man, I mean, and so many FSU fans it's changed a little bit in terms of the temperature of the fan base because of what happened with the snub and watching the SEC, Greg Sankey and the ESPN people kind of put Florida State out of the playoff last year and take the two SEC schools. And so I get that, but, as a guy who grew up in Florida, I went to an SEC school, I went to UF, I've been into all those stadiums. I've covered Florida State now for over 20 years, so I understand the culture of Florida State.
Right.
To me, that's where they need to be. And I think that would be better in a lot of different ways. But, man, I don't think the Big Ten would be a big drop-off from that because, those fan bases would, there are this, a lot of people will point to the Purdue's and the Illinois and the Indiana and Northwesterns that won't drive the needle. But, man, Florida State, Penn State, Florida State, Michigan, Ohio State, and there were USC. There were really cool games in that conference, too. So I think it's 1A and 1B. But personally, as a kid who grew up in Florida, I'd rather see them in the SEC.
I like that. That's fair enough. Okay, let's table this for just a second and talk a little bit of football. I like what the FSU quarterback did. DJ Uiagalelei. I don't know if I'm getting it right.
Good shot.
I took a shot. That's all I can do. But I like that. I thought that was a classy move on his part. And if you don't know, he put out a statement. He was going to go to ACC Media Days, and he stepped back and said, "Hey, wait a minute. I appreciate that. That's great, but I really think it should be the other guys who were part of this team last year, and I'd like them to experience it. I've gotten to experience it." I thought that was, you want to win over a locker room. That's a great step.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a gymnastics routine, I think we'd all put up 10.
Yeah,
I think he nailed it for sure. And and I think it's I always thought it would be a weird ACC kickoff for him because the Clemson media would not that they would go after him. I think everybody there liked him.
Right,
but that would be the entire
good point.
He would get so many questions about Dabo and Pete Klubnik and that game, and it would have become a sideshow. And so I think that's a small part of it. But I do think the bigger part is they've got a lot of those kids on this team that have the right or should have the right to maybe go there. They only take 3 players. You look at Patrick Payton and Lawrence Toafili and Darius Washington, and they've got guys on this team that have been in the program 4 or 5 years. They're really good college football players that probably should get some glow, some shine. And so if he's there and they're all backing in, Tallahassee, I think it was definitely the smart choice. And he has been. It's not surprising though because he is very well liked, and he was very well liked at Clemson.
Okay.
Even though they didn't love him on Saturdays, he's just a really mature, smart, sophomore kid. So I think he's going to fit in well.
Mike Norvell has gone. I mean, you want to talk about a guy? He's reaching "We love you, Mike" status in Tallahassee. I'm sure. I got to think he's there by now. I mean, he has done a remarkable job with the program. The recruiting has stepped up. It looks fantastic on top of what he's been able to do in the portal. I mean, it's where is he with FSU fan right now?
Yeah, they're over the moon.
Right.
And they weren't, early on.
Right.
This is how it is now. These schools want to fire coaches after 2 years now. And, that second year obviously was rough. They were still under 500. And then going into the third year, it was kind of like dicey. Not going into 2022, it wasn't like people wanted to, there were some people that said he was on the hot seat. I didn't believe that. But you did think, okay, well, he's got to start doing something now. And fortunately for him, they did. They went 10-3, finished that year strong, and then got all those guys to come back for last season, which was huge because that team last year, whether they should have been in the playoff or not, that was one of the best college football teams in the country because they were able to retain so many of those players the year before, and just had an amazing season. And then like you said, he's done a great job at the portal. High school recruiting is getting better. They're very well coached. They play a style of football I think that's attractive, and they don't play. You don't see the selfishness. Look, a lot of times when Florida State has been down in the 2000s, towards the end of Coach Bowden's tenure, and then during Willie Taggart's tenure, and even at the end of Jimbo's tenure, you saw so much selfishness and stupid celebrations, and just it wasn't a fun team to watch in a lot of those years. This team not only is winning, but they're actually like they play together. They seem to have fun. They seem to like the program, and it's a great time right now for Florida State fans, and we'll see if they can keep it up again in 2024.
Outsider opinion in a nutshell, as I look at 2024 in FSU, I mean, I don't think they're quite as good as they were last year. They lost a lot of talented kids, but I think they're good enough, and with the schedule they have, good enough to be in the top 12. Is that a thought that makes sense, or where are you as you look ahead, just kind of in a nutshell on this upcoming season?
Yeah, I'm right there also. I think it's a weird situation, though, because I think you could make a case at a lot of positions they're actually more talented than they were last year, but they don't have nearly as much proven experience. And so when I say that, like, you look at last year, this year Patrick Payton's going to be the number one defensive end. The number two defensive end is probably going to be Marvin Jones Jr., who hasn't done a ton in college. So he was at Georgia for 2 years, former five-star recruit, but didn't do a ton at Georgia. But he's probably got a chance to have a bigger year than Patrick Payton did last year as the number two defensive end. And there's situations like that across the team where they brought in really talented kids. Earl Little from Alabama, defensive back, didn't play a lot at Alabama, might end up being one of their, maybe their best or second, one of their top two or three defensive backs at Florida State. So it's a weird team where I think there's a ton of potential and a ton of talent, but I also think there's the floor is probably lower than last year just because there's so many new faces, and you don't know how they're all going to react. And so and I think this is, you talked about the schedule. It's not murderer's row, but I think there are some tricky games in the schedule. Starting off with Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech is not bad, and Georgia, you got to be careful, right? I agree with that. Yeah.
So there's a lot of games like that at SMU. Obviously, at Miami's going to be tough. They're going to Notre Dame in November. I mean, it's again. I honestly could see this team winning 11 or 12 games and having a tremendous season. I also could see them losing three or if things go poorly, even 4 games. And that would be obviously a huge disappointment, but that's the nature of it's just hard to know when you have so many new faces.
We're visiting with Ira Schofield. Let's wrap it up with talking about DJ on the field for just a second. I'm trying to draw this comparison a little bit. I think DJ Uiagalelei, I'm never going to get it. But anyway,
I think you're right there.
I hope so. I think that this about him. Look, his numbers aren't off the charts, right? When you look at what he's done, what he did at Oregon State, what he did at Clemson, et cetera, et cetera. But I think there is a thought, you know what? It's kind of a little bit like Graham Mertz in this respect. Graham Mertz came into Florida, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, what are they doing?" And he had a really nice year. And sometimes when you get around better talent, and sometimes when you get and you have that experience, those things can kind of turn things around. And I'm wondering if that could be the case for DJ because he's like a 20, 21, 22 touchdown thrower. I could see him, outperforming what he's done in the last 4 years.
Yeah, and I think you make a good point. And it's always a mixed bag. You just don't know for sure. Florida State went and got a Wisconsin quarterback, Alex Hornibrook.
Yeah, good point.
It didn't go well at all.
Yeah.
You just don't know sometimes how you go from one style of offense to a different, how it's going to translate. Graham Mertz, I thought you're right. I thought he was outstanding, and Florida State was very fortunate they didn't have to play him last season. And so I think DJ's going to do really well. I think one of the things that's really good for him is he's gotten to a point now in his career where I think the coaches know what he is. When he got to Clemson, he was number 1, number 2 quarterback in the country, and I think Clemson, there was some malpractice there as a coaching staff. I think they tried to make him into what Trevor Lawrence was, the guys that has played there before, and he wasn't that quarterback. He's not a highly efficient precision passer who's going to just execute the offense. I think it's a little bit more boom or bust. I think Florida State's going to take advantage of that. I think you're going to see Florida State really run the ball. and then set up the pass and play action. And they've got a lot of speed at wide receiver. They brought in some transfer receivers who can really run. Malik Benson from Alabama, Jalen Brown from LSU. They already have a couple guys on the team who can really run. And I think you're going to see Florida State hit more deep shots. It's not going to be like Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson, right, where you're throwing all these back shoulder fades and you're hitting these 20 to 30-yard passes. I think it's going to be a lot of screens and then bombs and taking the top off the defense and then running the football. And in that style, if you look at his numbers, like you said, his numbers at Oregon State were really good last year. He didn't complete 65% of his passes. He was under 60, but his yards per completion, yards per attempt were really high. I think Florida State's going to do the same thing, and I think he's going to have a good year. I think Mike Norvell's going to use him well, but it's going to look different. It's not going to be a highly efficient machine. I think it's going to be, maybe a 3-and-out or 4 or 5-and-out, and then all of a sudden they hit a 70-yard bomb.
I lied. I have one more comment I want to ask you, Ira Schoffel from WarChant.com. I want to turn back to baseball for just a second. As good as Mike Norvell is, and you said the FSU fan is over the moon, I think that guy you got there is, he's, FSU through and through. He had a rough first year, had to kind of clean things out, get in, but that guy's going to win. And I think Leak Jarrett is going to be a big success at FSU for the next 20 years.
Yeah, this past season was really astonishing. His first year, I thought he might be a miracle worker based on what he did at Notre Dame.
Right.
And obviously, he's had a good career. So I thought his first year, okay, we'll see what he does. And it was so bad. It was they were under 500, didn't make the postseason. And I thought, well, maybe this is going to be a longer process than we thought. Mm-hmm. But this past season was incredible. And to go from winning 23 games to basically, being one check swing at the College World Series away from maybe, playing for it all. Mm-hmm. They went 2-2 out there in Omaha, but they really had Tennessee beat. They're up 3 going into the 9th inning, and if that check swing gets called a strike, they're in the winner's bracket, and they're going to be a tough out if they get in there. So, tremendous run. Now he's got to do a lot of rebuilding. The draft is coming up here. They're going to lose James Tibbs, their star outfielder, slugger, Cam Smith, their star third baseman, great hitter. Probably a few other guys in that lineup, and maybe a pitcher or so. So it's going to be there's some rebuilding going on. But I think Florida State fans are ecstatic with Luke Jarrett and what he's done. There's more excitement about that program than there really has been in a long, long time. Yeah,
that was good to see. All right, my man. Well, we appreciate you. You're the best, and thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your summer, and we'll see you down the road in football season.
You too, Dan. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, there he goes. Ira Schoffel, the best in the business, covering FSU, warchant.com. You can check out all his work. He's as good as there is knowing what is going on in Tallahassee. We're back with more next on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here, where beating and banging is no harm, no foul.
Beats and bangs his way to turn 20.
This Sunday at Pocono Raceway, brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234, from Jacksonville's NASCAR station, 1010XL.
Hey, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about my guy, Matt Hinson, a Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matty is, but here's what we want to know. Have you done your last will? Listen to me. It's something you got to get done. It's not fun, but you need to do it because it lets you decide where your assets are going to the people that you choose and love. Also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes. And Matt Hinson's your guy. He's going to listen. He's going to help you with some tough decisions. He's going to provide you information needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's a Hinson Law Firm. You got questions, reach out to Matty, 904-527-1700. That's 527-1700. Offices, Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Enjoy the thrill of the grill at John Smith Subs with specialty subs like the Steak Bomb, the Gator, plus a full lineup of cold and hot deli subs, including the best Cuban and Duval. Bring your big mouth to John Smith Subs on Hodges and JTB.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Nothing came easy, and he wouldn't have it any other way.
It's blue-collar line of scrimmage football. I'm Tom McManus, and I join Jaguars Today, Fridays from 10 to noon.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Prosser here. As you may or may not know by now, I did the research and decided to go with Jack's Concrete Coatings for my garage floor. OMG, as the kids would say. I can't begin to tell you how good it looks, how happy we are. We brag on it anytime someone walks in the garage. They had the job finished in one day with a lifetime warranty. That's right. As the certified Pintech dealer for North Florida, the only company offering pure polyurea, I can't wait to do my patio deck next. Call 862-2000. That's the number, 862-2000, or jacksconcretecoatings.com.
This is Joe C. from XL Primetime and stoked to crank up the 9 after 5 once again at the Golf Club of Southampton. Every Wednesday, a little after 5, the gang at Southampton will be hosting us with a new game, and I'm inviting you to be a part of it. Now, through the summer stretch, break up the week with a little hump day fun every Wednesday. Call 287-PLAY to get on the tee sheet. There'll be food afterwards and prizes, including playing for a membership at the Golf Club of Southampton. Call 287-PLAY and hit the tee with Joe C.
Need or want cash? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents
Are You Cool?
Today's challenger, a paint color namer from Jacksonville, Florida. Meet Irving Stapler.
Hi, Howie.
So the next round is word association. I'll say a word and you give me the first word you think of. Engagement ring.
Jeweler.
Gas station.
Fueler.
Aaron Burr.
Dueler.
Air conditioning.
Wow. Jeez. That's a toughie.
Come on, Irv. The sponsor's going to kill me now.
Oh, Bueller.
That's right, Irv. If your AC is struggling through the summer heat, the first name you should think of for fast, friendly, 5-star service is Bueller Air and Plumbing. The name to know to make sure you are cool.
Have a beer, Irv.
Cooler.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Imagine waking up this time next week and being 100% debt-free from credit cards, car loans, and personal loans. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit can make it happen. Homeowners are turning their home equity into cash almost instantly. With Loan Pronto's AI-based system, you can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, and no hassle. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. Listen, your home value's way up. You can use that to wipe out all those credit cards. Get some money for a home improvement. Literally, hundreds of thousands are at your fingertips, and approval is just minutes away. So call now, 904-999-1508. 904-999-1508, or go to loanpronto.com. NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville.
All right, appreciate Irish O'Feld joining us. By the way, he was talking about Ross Dellinger, a senior college football reporter with Yahoo Sports, who said that the Noles and the Tigers were considering the Big 12 as a fallback if none of their preferred scenarios came to fruition. That's what he reported. The first option would probably be get into the Big 10 or the SEC. The second option would be in some way to reform the ACC with a smaller number of teams where you would be in a financial advantage because you wouldn't split the distribution. With 18 schools, maybe you just split it with 10 so they could reform in a smaller group. And option 3 is probably to join another league, which there's only one left. Right? That's the Big 12, right? I mean, the Big 12 commissioner said that his league is still open for business and is determined to become the number one conference in college sports. They do have a 16-team league. FSU and Clemson both suing the ACC with hopes of leaving the conference without having to pay the hundreds of millions of dollars in exit fee and lost media rights. The dream scenario is to join the SEC or Big Ten because those leagues are projected to distribute $30 to $40 million more per school. Anyway, this is all the gobbledygook of the stuff that I don't like, but it is story. And my point is, I do understand FSU's point, and that is, if Florida's making $90 million and we're making $40 million, I mean, what are they going? And as Ira pointed out, what are they going to do with that extra money? Well, you're going to go buy players, what you're going to do, because you can pay them now, right? So
it's just so funny with how much it's changed. You said the Big 12 has how many? 16 teams? Mm-hmm. So 12 has 16. The Big 10 has 18. Yeah. I mean, it's just like you can't keep track anymore.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, I'll be honest with you, but it is what it is, so I don't know. And, you talk about back in January, I mean, I think Ohio State raised $22 million to pay for football and some to basketball. As of, if you go back to January 23rd, they said they had already spent around $10 million on retaining players and transfers for the football roster. I mean, so they are, it's just gotten ridiculous, but it is what it is. So, and again, I don't necessarily, it's what the schools have to deal with. I don't agree with it, and I don't really want to follow it that much, but I'll be there on Saturdays. I'll be there on Saturdays. Darn right I will. I still love that part of it. Gibby, you wanted to mention something, kind of a cool thing coming on in the baseball world.
Yeah.
Here in town.
Yeah, so the Coastal Collegiate Baseball League is a wood bat summer league that started about 4 years ago here in Jacksonville. And they
do great things.
Yeah, they do. They play games all over the city, and they've now primarily played in two spots, Atlantic Coast High School and the new walk-off charities facility, the Bregan Baseball Complex. Well, tonight at 5:30, they're having their home run derby, and there's a bunch of Jacksonville kids in it, which is cool. They've got also an all-star game tonight that first pitch is at 7 o'clock. Jared Simmons from Walk-Off Charities, he's throwing out the first pitch. And, it's a national kind of widespread summer league where, guys from all over the country come to town, but there's a lot of local kids that are in it. There's St. John's Country Day guys, there's Bishop Kenny guys, there's UNF guys. There's just a bunch of local kids in it, which is cool. And it's college baseball, and it's free to come out and check it out. So if you're inclined, I'll be out there helping them out. I help those guys out with whatever they need, public address. I do a lot of that stuff, and I'll be on there tonight. But it's cool, that if I had to handicap the home run derby tonight, there's a kid named Andrew Stanson who's from the Fernandina Beach area. He's had a couple home runs. A kid who I don't believe is from here. I think he's from Georgia, but Will Warsham has led, so last I checked, the league in home runs. And it's not a very big park there. They can hit them out at that place, at the Bregan Baseball Complex. And if we have any kind of wind like we've had the last few days, might be several that carry out. So 5:30 is the home run derby. 7 o'clock is the all-star game. A bunch of local talent involved at the Bregan Baseball Complex tonight, Fort Family Field.
Good deal. All right, the Iowa State Fair has announced 84 new foods. Gibby, yes or no on these? I'll give you 3 or 4 of them. You tell me.
Yes.
Would you dive into one of these? Gibby, will you eat junk? Are you a junk food guy?
I do like sweet stuff. I try to keep it at bay, but yeah, I will.
All right, here we go, Gibby. Would you partake in a bacon cheeseburger egg roll? A bacon cheeseburger egg roll?
Absolutely.
You try one of those?
I would try that.
Would you try this, Gibby? A deep fried hot Cheetos pretzel. A deep fried hot Cheetos pretzel.
I would try that.
You would try that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would.
All right. How about this one, Gibby? Garlic ranch pickle pizza. Garlic ranch pickle pizza.
So the other two, I would be like, let me dive into that. I would probably take a bite of this.
Give it a taste.
My wife would probably love that because garlic ranch, I think that's what she likes for sure.
All right, here's one, Gibby. You're a baseball guy. Baseball guys love the gum.
Mm-hmm.
How about some deep fried bubble gum? Would you do a deep fried bubble gum?
I don't know about that.
All right.
Deep fried bubble gum?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Last one, Gibby. Cookies and cream ice cream nachos. Cookies and cream, ice cream, nachos.
Well, when you said cookies and cream, I almost said you don't have to even finish the sentence. I would love that. But nachos?
Yeah, we're putting them with nachos. Yeah, that's what we're trying.
Yeah, I probably
Give it a
would.
shot.
Yeah, I probably would.
All
but
right,
it's nachos is kind of the.
All right.
I don't know.
Those are some of the food. Speaking of food, we are having a fun time on Tuesday. So let's get another 2 registered. Have we done 4 so far today or 2 so far?
We've only done 2.
We've only done 2?
Yeah, we've only got.
We're behind.
Yeah, Darren was our first guy, so he's bringing him in another.
Guess what? We're going to do 4. We're going to do 2 winners on this one.
All right.
Maybe.
Let's do it.
Here's what I need you to do. Let me explain. It's called Breakfast with Champions. Me and Jeff being the champions, you Googans being the breakfast. We're buying you breakfast this Tuesday, the 16th of July, at Metro Diner, Bay Meadows. We got 4 different options on the menu for you to choose from. I can even give you that. I'll give you that in the next segment. You got 4 different options. All right. It's on us. We're doing the show out there. All you got to do is come with a guest. You can bring, like I said before, you can bring your boss. You can bring your coworker. You can bring your friend. You can bring your child, your son, your daughter. You can bring your wife. I don't care who you bring. But I got 4 slots right now, 2 winners. Gibby's going to get 2 winners at 641-1010. Here's what you got to do, though. You got to tell them 6:30 to 8 or 8 to 10. We got 2 waves. Breakfast on us, Metro Diner, Breakfast with Champions. Be there or be square. We'll take a break right now. This is The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM. We got Gino Torretta coming up at 9 o'clock. So the show's rocking and rolling here on a Thursday.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Radio that works and plays just as hard as you do.
Starting to get the picture?
We are proud to be Jacksonville Sports Radio 1010XL.
Always facing interesting economic times, right? And I can't speak for all of us, but for me, it's comforting to know my money is in good hands with my guys at ITP Partners. Those are Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money, man. I am not an expert when it comes to investing. I got to find people that I trust to tell me why I should put my money in my 401k or a SEP IRA. So I have. I got my guys. And the reason why I trust ITP Partners, because my money grows. Because of Chris Bryan, because of Reagan Wright, because of Jeff Hartman, because of Reed Wingate, because of Dan Abel. Those guys are the best in the biz. It's not just me. 3 generations of Hickens have invested with our friends at ITB Partners, and they listen, and then they give us individualized strategy where our goals become the priority. It's a great time to get started. It's a great time to make a move. Get in the game. Get some help. ITP Partners are always there to help. You need info, Chris at ITPPartners.com or call 312-9751. ITP Partners, my financial partners for life.
Hodges Mazda, we are proud of our solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. Lauren Brooks here. As your hometown Mazda dealer, our high customer service standards and our huge inventory of new and used cars provide our customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Our professional non-commissioned sales team always puts your best interests first. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with 2 years free maintenance. What Mazda moves you? Find out. Visit Hodges Mazda today or shop online at HodgesMazda.com to discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Hey, guys, let me talk to you a little bit about health, about feeling better. I don't care if you got aches and pains that you thought could never go away. I don't care if your libido's been bothering you. You can't sleep. You've had those issues. Maybe it's weight loss. Maybe it's chronic fatigue and energy levels. There's so much that can be done. Trust me. And trust my doctor, board-certified Doc Paul Busey at Integra Concierge Medicine. I need you to call and set up your consult with him. Hassle-free, 619-3609, 619-3609. Set an appointment for a time, and guess what? That'll be the time. You'll get your hour. You'll go through what you need to be doing, the kind of plans and treatment options that you have to get back to feeling better. Don't let them hold you down, man. We've been fed. Let's tell you what I've learned in my voyage of discovery here in the last 6 months. We've been lied to, bros. We've been lied to about what's out there, what can make you feel better, what can get you back to those good old days, and get there quickly. 619-3609, Integra Concierge Medicine.
Do you have clicking, popping, swelling, or pain in your knee or shoulder? This can be due to arthritic changes in your joints. Over time, you have wear and tear of your cartilage. I am Dr. George Bari, and here at Bari Orthopedics, we have numerous ways to treat your arthritis, such as regenerative medicine, including PRP and joint replacements with CT guidance for accuracy down to the millimeter. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, call us for an appointment today, or log on to BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
Nothing has a 10-year warranty except for a new AC unit from Vons. V-O-N-S. Vons Amazing 10. This is legit. A full 10-year warranty. It covers parts, labor, and refrigerant. That's an unmatched commitment they make to their customers, while others will charge extra for weekend and same-day emergencies. Not at Vons. No extra charges. Just great service when you need it, whether your unit needs to be repaired or replaced. Remember, if your AC won't turn on, just call Vons.
Expert Automotive is ready to keep you cool this summer. Right now, get an AC inspection or a system cooling checkup. Your choice for only $19.99. Their gift to you this summer is $50 off any service and a free tire rotation with any service. Their ASE certified technicians can keep your car cool without breaking the bank this summer. Call them at 374-3373 to get an appointment today. Expert Automotive. They never sell greed, only what you need.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
July 11, 1914, future Baseball Hall of Fame slugger Babe Ruth makes his MLB debut as a pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. Earns a 4-3 win against Cleveland.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
This is Keith Catlin for Catlin Truck Accessories, and we are so blessed to be in business for over 100 years. Over 100 years of the best product and customer service means you can count on Catlin. From Roll and Lock bed covers to Lear toppers to cam locker toolboxes, Catlin Truck Accessories has you covered when it comes to your truck or van. We do those too. Got a fleet of vehicles? We can outfit them all.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
One name, one location, 100 years. You can count on Catlin.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
You could win your share of over $450,000 in cash and prizes at the 5-star Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament. The fun starts July 13th with the inaugural kickoff beach tournament with a $50,000 cash first prize. There's a junior offshore tournament and one for the lady anglers. Best of all, the general offshore tournament winner takes home a 28T contender with twin 200 Yamahas. Register today at kingfishtournament.com.
Did you know a metal roof from Prime Roofing has the highest wind and impact ratings available? If you want a stronger roof, think metal. Think Prime Roofing. Learn more at primeroofingfl.com. That's primeroofingfl.com.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, I'm not in any way, shape, or form the expert on this one. But it did happen, so I will, as expected, I guess, and that is U.S. Soccer firing another coach.
Yep. Our national nightmare's over, right?
Yeah, it's not.
Berhalter.
Yeah, the column it's Greg Berhalter. And, you know, there's opinion pieces out there. I looked at one. During Greg Berhalter's 10 years manager of the United States men's national soccer team, he always seemed to do just enough to meet modest expectations, never exceeded them in a way that could galvanize the fan base. Again, I go back to this, man. Players play the game. There's a lot on the players. They're not good enough. They're overrated. You know, you sold us all these young kids that were coming up that are going to be, they're not. They're just not. He was set to be, back to Berhalter, set to be rehired after the 22 World Cup before the feud involving U.S. midfielder Gio Reyna and his family burst into public view. Instead, Berhalter's contract expired at the end of that year before he was again named coach less than 6 months later. So when a significant stumble came along and failing to get out of the group stage at the Copa counts as a big stumble, it left Berhalter with little to fall back on, so they fired him. They did a conference call with reporters. The decision was his, Matt Crocker. He didn't broadly canvass for other opinions. We had a clear plan and some clear measures of what success looked like in the last 12 months, but also in the tournament itself, some of those measures we didn't hit. Included looking at not just Copa, but at 14 games over the past 12 months. Berhalter's firing will be met with joy by some segments of the fan base. Given recent results, the decision by Crocker to cut Berhalter loose needed to be made. It's not a day of celebration, according to this writer. It lays bare the mistake that the Federation made in rehiring Berhalter in June of 23 when there were several compelling reasons not to. So, again, it is what it is. And I guess the guy that they all want to hire is this Klopp guy. And, again, y'all soccer people know this a lot more than me, so that's fine. Bring him in. I don't care. Find the best coach. But I'm not thinking anything's going to change. I don't think there's and we'll see. But we've had a lot of different coaches, and a lot of them have not been able to succeed, right? So we shall see what happens going forward. But yeah, Jurgen Klopp, according to some, a top target for U.S. men's national team job. The Independent reports initial contact made between U.S. Soccer and the former Liverpool boss, who cited running out of energy for leaving Anfield. How rejuvenating does a home World Cup sound? So maybe they'll go get Jurgen Klopp. I don't know. Is he the Belichick of soccer?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people would like to have him, so I get it. And that's fine. That's fine. We'll see. We'll see how it goes going forward. But, yeah, that went on. One other note, just in your Braves lost last night. In baseball, they tied it in the 8th and lost it in the 8th. The Phillies beating the Dodgers is one that sticks out. The home run derby is filled. It's not, it's not one that we are going to be like, oh, this is fantastic. They filled it out with Adolis Garcia and Teoscar Hernandez. Alonso, Alec Boehm, Gunnar Henderson, Marcell Ozuna, Jose Ramirez, and Bobby Witt. I like to watch Bobby Witt, see what he can do.
Yeah, I love all those guys. Gunnar Henderson's probably the pick I would make.
Yeah,
he's a good player.
I think it's a lame home run derby. I think it's one of the most lame that they've had. I'm disappointed in it. I want to see Shohei in it.
Yeah.
I want to see Bryce Harper in it. I want to see so I'm not like, oh, this is great,
I wish Matt Olson would do it. Ozuna's in it, but Olson could do some damage in the home run derby.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, it doesn't do much for me, but it is what it is. I want to see Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani. That's what everybody wants to see. you know? And it's kind of like when LeBron's like, I'm not doing the slam dunk.
Yeah, the slam dunk, they don't ever do it, right? The big stars.
No, I'd like to see Soto do it, you know?
Yeah, it would be great.
I'd like to
Soto's done it before.
Yeah, I'd like to see Yordan Alvarez. I like to see the big dudes who can hit it a mile.
Julio Rodriguez had that huge round a couple of years ago.
They're all capable, and there's no bad guys. It's just you want star power. That's what you want in the home run derby. All right, let's take a break. We got Gino Torretta coming up next right here on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. It was April 2nd, 2007.
Stand by to go live.
0600.
3.
When the world first heard.
2. 1.
1010XL.
Execute.
Jacksonville Sports Radio. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here. Brace for hurricane season with my friends at Rhino Shield. Rhino Shield, man, their home exterior coatings are so dadgum good. How about this? They withstand 96-mile-per-hour wind-driven rains, keeping your home safe and dry. Boom. Advanced ceramic technology also helps keep your home cooler and reduces your energy bills. I'm setting it at 70. I got Rhino Shield. And how about this? This summer, take advantage. 30% off. 0% interest financing, plus a 25-year transferable warranty. Bang, 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 sold. Here's what you do. Get that free estimate. Oh, yeah, free estimate. Call Rhino Shield today. 904-414-4868. That's 414-4868. Or just go to the website, rhinoshieldjax.com. That's rhinoshieldjax.com.
Imagine driving a late model Corvette, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Honda, Chevy, Ford, and more, all at a fraction of the original sticker price. Visit Vaughn Motor Group's indoor showroom and browse a great selection of dream cars that are inspected with warranties. Before you make your next auto purchase, check out Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard or at vaughnmotorgroup.com for a complete inventory listing. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
Bolt City Heating and Air is here to keep you cool this summer. Anytime, any day, whenever you need fast, reliable air conditioning service. Their friendly technicians have fully stocked work vans, so they can get your AC done on site the same day. Rely on a family-owned Jacksonville-grown company this summer to keep your home cooling system working smarter, not harder. Experience the bold difference. Visit BoldCityAC.com to schedule your service appointment. BoldCityAC.com.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather now hot as can be, look ahead and get that backyard ready for fall with a new open air or screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are the best in the business. So if you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations. Julington Creek, Jacks Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine. And over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing? Or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
Let's go! Help cheer your Sharks on to victory as they battle the Green Bay Blizzards in exciting IFL football action this Saturday, July 13th, 7 o'clock in the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Now, check out our new family pack. You get 4 tickets, 4 vouchers, and a $25 Al's Pizza gift card. It's a great deal. To purchase yours or to get more information, call 904-621-0700. And ho, ho, ho! Who's ready for Christmas in July?
A little Christmas music, maestro?
Whether you're on the naughty or nice list, come out and support your Sharks. You never know, you might get a chance to say hi to Santa.
It's almost Christmas.
All we want for Christmas is a Sharks win. Check out our post-game autograph session and see if the players and dancers are asking for the same present as you.
Let's go!
Don't miss the fun and excitement of Sharks football this Saturday, July 13th. For tickets, go to jacksharks.com or call 621-0700. That's 904-621-0700.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Time now for a medical recap. A health and wellness tip from Jaguars head team physician Dr. Kevin Kaplan.
Rotator cuff tears are the most common overhead injuries I see. In order to avoid shoulder issues, make sure not to overload the front of the shoulder while also focusing on developing good scapular strength and maintaining flexibility in your lats. Proper hydration, nutrition, and supplementation are also crucial to joint and muscle health. Go Jag.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. While appearing yesterday on 1010XL The Drill, Jag cornerback Tyson Campbell is looking to the preseason to enhance the unit.
Everybody's just building off season. We just build that chemistry again, and everybody's getting along, and we just ready to compete this camp and bring out the best in each one of us.
Four-star wide receiver Elijah Moore, now on the Florida State campus, says FSU checked all his boxes, and that's why he's a Nole.
I feel like home. Coach Norvell always treats me like a son of his. All the coaching staff make sure I'm good. So I know all the boxes are checked. I don't have to worry about anything.
Jacksonville Jaguars and Everbank Stadium partners will host a job fair on Monday, July 15th at Everbank Stadium, presented by the Jaguars Guest Experience Department. The hiring event aims to fill thousands of part-time positions for all 2024 home games and other stadium events throughout the season. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 83 degrees at 9:02. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Gino Torretta in the first half was 5 out of 13 for 61 yards for Miami. Here in the second half, he's 8 out of 10 for 140 and a touchdown. That is Patton in motion. It's Lamar Thomas on a fly to the corner. Touchdown, Miami!
Well, that's a nice intro for our next guest, Heisman Trophy winning Gino Torretta. Give it up for Gino! How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I struggled in that first half, though. 5 of 13. I might have been benched in today's instantaneous world.
Hey, it must be cool, though, to hear, oh, Gino Torretta, Keith Jackson saying your name. That's got to still be a great memory for you, man. I love
you
that.
know what? He was a great person, obviously a great broadcaster, and glad to, that's the voice at least I grew up listening to with college football.
Yeah, that is as cool as it gets. Listen, a lot to talk about with you. Appreciate the time. Gino Torretta, our guest. Up here, obviously, we talk a lot of Florida and Miami. We're headed on a collision meeting here. Two teams, desperately trying to climb out of that, mediocrity world and get back to the top. And I was saying this the other day for Napier on Napier's side. It was such a big game, that first game against Miami. I mean, it's at home and it's in the swamp, and you got the Canes coming up here, and boy, it's just. And I know, look, I don't know. They've got a tough schedule. I don't know how the season's going to turn out, but a win would at least get some people off his back for a little bit of time. Let him get his footing and see what he can, slowly put together here. It's been a tough road. It's kind of the same a little bit for Miami too, yes? Or give me the Miami vantage point of that first game and how Miami's looking at it.
Well, I think for Florida, obviously their schedule doesn't get any easier. From week one with us at Miami. I think down here that Mario has totally revamped the roster. Cam Ward's come in here and been outstanding in the spring. He's been a great leader, in the off-season workouts. We've obviously been active in the transfer portal. I think as most great programs or programs that try to stay at that top level have been, and we've been active there. I think that down here it's okay. Now the roster's revamped.
Right.
It seems like we have enough depth. I think that if you go back and look at maybe the end of last season when Florida State didn't get the bid in the Final Four, and then they had a bunch of guys turn pro, which okay, that's fine, and then Georgia did as well. But you saw the depth of Georgia basically dominate Florida State. They didn't match, and that was, you look at Kirby's years of recruiting, multiple years. Norvell hasn't had that many at Florida State, and I'd probably say that's where Miami and Florida are. At least down here, that's kind of the way we feel. Is our top end roster seems like it's there. I think what as the season goes on and progresses is, our injuries, do they, just decimate a roster and ruin your chances of getting in the playoffs?
I feel like, Gino, Miami and Florida have kind of mirrored each other the last couple years. I mean, Miami is a little bit better last year, 7-6, and Florida had a losing record, 6-7 or whatever, 5-7. I kind of feel like they sort of mirrored each other the last 2 years, but I kind of feel like the optimism is bigger in Miami than it is at Florida, I guess is what I'm saying. I mean, and maybe it's because of, how you hit the portal or and where you stand right now in recruiting. I don't know, but is that, do you feel like that's accurate?
Well, I would probably just smile because I think that Miami has won the Frangie and I are good buddies. We've won the off season for about 20 consecutive years. Yeah. So that's kind of the way I think the Miami fan that maybe doesn't know the roster. We've won that off season, and going back to Spurrier, it's talking season, and we've done a good job of winning that. So I think it's time to win the season where the games matter.
What's the buzz about the quarterback transfer? A lot of good things I'm hearing. Obviously, he was considering going into the NFL draft. He was actually working out up here with some of our guys up here, and ultimately decided to go back to school. Tell me about the buzz about him, and have you seen him at all? And your thoughts about him?
I have seen Cam. I've been around him enough. The kid can flat out spin it.
Okay.
I mean, he's got all the physical capabilities of being a top flight quarterback. Probably, I'm a little shocked that maybe he didn't go pro, but he obviously wanted a first round grade, and I think it was probably just outside of a first round grade. At least what I heard, which I think is ridiculous because, I know his QB guys up there in Jacksonville, and they saw the same thing I did. Right. It was like, there's no way this kid's coming back to college. I mean, you watch him throw, and, I've seen enough guys throw a football where I'm like, wow, this guy's legit. And so we're excited down here. The thing is, with a quarterback, you need 10 other guys doing their job, to make you look good. So I think does our wide receiver roster, have the depth? I know, we've got a couple of young guys that are going to come in. They had great springs in Trader and I can't remember the other kid's name out of I think he was out of Texas. Legit, truly legit. But how much are you going to rely on a freshman?
Right.
Wide receiver on the outside. Are they going to give you 8 or 10 games? Now what do they got to win? 15 to win a national championship? So I think that's the question I would have. But from the standpoint of ability, leadership, the it factor, and all those sorts of things, Cam's shown that he's got all of that. And I think that that's why the Miami fans are excited because they don't pay attention to what's the trenches look like, what's the backfield look like, all the things that
the important
matter
stuff
to get through a 15-game season, right?
Hey, no doubt about that. Listen, and by the way, the numbers back up what you're saying about Cam Ward. Just for people who don't know, at Washington State, the last 2 years, he threw for 7,000 yards. He threw for 3,700 this past year. He threw 25 touchdowns, only 7 picks. So 66.6% completion rate. So he can certainly, the numbers are there as well for him. I'm curious, Gino, listen, we talked some FSU football earlier, and the buzz out of Tallahassee is like, one thing's certain, they're planning on leaving the ACC. Where's Miami stand on this ever-changing world of college football and what could happen down the road in terms of you got to kind of stay ahead of the game, it seems like, and find your landing spot because you don't want to end up in, with a Pac-12 that is now defunct. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, college football is to me a regional sport that has national appeal.
Right.
I mean, people in California paid attention to SEC games because those were regional rivalries that had national appeal. And I hate the fact. Listen, I grew up in Northern California, just outside of San Francisco. I decided to play at Miami. They've essentially, the powers that be, have deemed the entire West Coast of college football irrelevant or defunct, essentially. I mean, you got USC and Cal and Stanford are now rivals of Miami, which is, to me, is kind of ridiculous from the athletic standpoint. In a true, fix-it world, it should be a regional model, and the winners of those regions then have a playoff. Kind of look what the NFL has done, and to do what they've done to, send SC, UCLA to the Big Ten, Oregon to the Big Ten, and then we got Stanford and Cal, is kind of ridiculous. I think Miami, as far as the realignment or whatever is going to happen with, Clemson, Florida State, I don't know. Who's the lawsuit against? Isn't it against the person that televises your games?
Right.
I don't know. I'm generally like, don't poke the bear.
Yeah.
And I think that, maybe we're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen as far as that. I mean, listen, in the grand scheme of things, what do we want? We want the best teams playing each other every week, and we want, at the end, you want a playoff, which is, is going to 12. We haven't even gone to 12, and we're already talking about expanding it to 16. I'm like, well, why didn't you do this, 5 years ago when you went to 4 and all you did was gripe, oh, no, that's enough.
Yeah.
And now we haven't even had 12, and it's already we should be at 16.
Yeah.
So as a university, I think you just want a chance, okay, if I play a schedule, do I have a chance to get in the 12 or 16? Really, that's kind of what it comes down to in football. Now, the rest of the other sports, I think, is where the conference alignment stuff comes in. I mean, you can't have, the non-revenue sports. I mean, you're going to say, women's volleyball, which is a great sport, or softball.
Sure.
USC is going to travel to Maryland. I mean, if I was a basketball player, are they ever going to see a classroom in their university during the season? I mean, it's, but
that's crazy.
That's a whole another discussion.
I got a question for you. Gino Torretta, we're visiting with Gino Torretta. You mentioned where you're from, and I'll tie this in and then ask you how this happened. So I was out in the Bay Area, wine tasting in Sonoma, Napa, and this guy's, we were talking and I told him what I did for a living, and he goes, I don't know a lot about football, but I know someone who when he told me this, he was the wine taster guy. He goes, he was drafted by the University of Georgia. I was like, I didn't want to tell him you don't get drafted, but I let him continue. And so Napa High School Brock Bowers, correct. So exactly right. So my son played football with him. I go, man, I bet he was a stud in high school. But that led me to believe, and I would sit there and say, you want to know why Georgia is so doggone good? Because they found Brock Bowers at Napa High School. So now I'm going to take this back to 1988 or 89 when Gino's a senior out there in the San Francisco area. How did Miami find you, or did you find Miami? I'm curious about that recruiting story.
Well, I think nowadays it's, recruiting is national.
Yeah.
When I came out in '88, recruiting was not national.
No, you were going to go to Stanford, right, or Cal, or what?
Well, I was definitely going to Stanford. They said I wasn't good enough. They didn't offer me a scholarship.
Okay.
So that's kind of how Miami found me is my brother Jeff backed up Vinny in '85 and '86 for 2 years because he had gone to junior college, and then when Kozar turned pro, they only have one quarterback, some guy Testaverde, who had never played, and an assistant athletic director from here had called a coach he knew at junior college and said, hey, I need somebody who can play now.
Okay.
And he goes, bring my guy in as my older brother. So Jeff graduated 86. I graduated 88. I came to football camp in Miami when I was, I think, a sophomore. I took my recruiting visit here, and the offensive coordinator, Gary Stevens, under Jimmy Johnson, told me not to come here. He said, do not come here. He goes, if you come here, I'm redshirting Craig Erickson, and you're only going to have 1 year to start. And he's like, you could go to any Pac-10 school and start right now. I said, that sounds great, Coach, and that's your evaluation. But Stanford told me they're not offering me.
Right.
Cal wouldn't offer me unless I took an official visit. They were 8 miles from my house, and I literally went to every home game. Let's see. I came out the same year as Marinovich and Rob Johnson's older brother. So those guys were locked into SC and UCLA. So Arizona was running the wishbone or something like that under Tomey. So my options were, and then I took my visit. Obviously, it was a ticker tape parade at 87 championship in downtown Miami. And I can be honest, I was maybe 6'2".
Okay.
I was 171 pounds dripping wet.
Wow.
And I was literally, Daniel Stubbs put his arm around me, and he was just like, you can either come here and win with us or go somewhere else and get beat by us. And I was scared to death. And I was like, there's no way, unless I get bigger, I'm ever going to have a chance to play here. But I wanted to be on a team that did that, that won a national championship. And, it all worked out.
Man, that's a great
start in my second year for a few games, and then got bigger and all that stuff. But Miami back then didn't recruit nationally. It was if you wanted to come to school in Miami, then they would recruit you, like Jesse Armstead, Kim Williams, the guys from Dallas. But I was kind of DJ Williams came from California, where I'm from. So, it was more, they would recruit you if you wanted to come there. But now with Bowers, I remember giving my buddies at Cal, I'm like, how do you let Bowers, how does this kid go to Georgia? I'm like, and even Stanford. Stanford was tied in you. I'm like, you got a Stanford degree and you go there. I don't know. That's a big pool, but national championship rings mean a lot to
They do mean a lot
to kids.
Yeah, they do. It's funny because I grew up in Miami, but I was way before you guys. So I was there. I go back to Saban, the Lou Saban, and Friday night football in the Orange Bowl. Me and my pops would take me down there, and the best Miami guy way back when, Otis Anderson. Okay,
Otis Anderson, Ted Hendricks. Heck, when I got here in '88, get a ticket to the Orange Bowl. It was like a free Whopper with cheese.
Yes.
Like if you bought a ticket, you got a free burger, like a value meal.
You're right.
It was. People were begging to. Even my years, we were 25-0 in the Orange Bowl. And never lost. And if it was a bad game, we'd get 35,000. It was sold out for Florida State, Notre Dame, and the primetime games.
But it was, and the interesting thing was, and everybody always pointed to Schnellenberger, which was obviously deserved, but Saban was one of the guys who really said, and those guys, they drew that line or like just south of Orlando and said, nobody's leaving Miami. And they started getting the Miami guys, and they got a couple guys out of like Carroll City early on, and that sort of started to turn the program. Now you go to the quarterbacks, and getting Jim Kelly obviously was a big deal.
The QBs were never from Florida.
Right.
Craig Erickson was the first guy from Florida.
Right.
Walsh was Minnesota.
That's
Kelly's
right.
PA. Kozar's Ohio. Testaverde was New York. And then, really Schnellenberger was like, okay, let's recruit the state of Miami. And I would go back to the class before they won in '83 that he signed Alonzo Highsmith, Winston Moss, and Melvin Bratton, three of the best kids from Miami-Dade County.
Yeah.
And then you had that class, and then some guys by the name of Brett Perriman, Michael Irvin, and all those guys came in a couple years later, and it was rolling. The bad thing is that line recently, Saban just took a helicopter and flew in. Nick Saban did, and he would land on high school fields, and he would take
infiltrated
our guys out of here.
He did.
I would go back to Amari Cooper. The kids from right here.
Right.
Luther Campbell brought him to Miami, and it was like, this kid wants to play here, and I don't know, the powers that be said he wasn't big enough. And then, by the way, Cousins with Calvin Ridley. You got 5 first-round picks at Alabama that were all Miami guys,
right,
tied to him, and that's what I think that with us, Florida, it's all recruiting, it's getting those players, and you miss on one, and then all of a sudden you lose out on 5 guys.
There's no question about it, man. That's great stuff. And always good to visit with you. And Touchdown Radio, I should mention that, right? Another year coming up. Excited?
Yeah, we're starting off international. Get to see the Knowles and Georgia Tech. I mean, there might be some golf mixed in there.
Better be.
There definitely will be if I know Gino.
But Gibby's our jack of all trades. He hosts our studio stuff up there and takes care of all the engineering. But yeah, then we got Clemson, Georgia the next week.
Oh, great.
Yeah, Colorado, Nebraska.
Yeah,
Georgia, Kentucky. Hey, those matchups we were all waiting for. UCLA at LSU. I mean, it's like it's so crazy. Oklahoma, we have Oklahoma at Auburn. It's like
I know, isn't that wild?
I tell my friends Oklahoma, I said, I go, get ready because Auburn is a beast of a place to play.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Penn State at USC, which is usually a Rose Bowl matchup. We have that in October, so it'll be the schedule is so awesome. I mean, college football. I'll gripe about the realignment stuff. But,
that's the positive.
You look at some of the matchups, you're like, wow, I remember that Rose Bowl in 1971, and I was like, okay.
One of the things of the playoff, I think, Gino, is one of the offshoots will be because the one thing that used to annoy me about college football is like there should never be a Saturday where you're like, there's one good game. It should be noon, 3:30, 7, 10.
Well, I would say this.
Yeah.
Yes, August 31st isn't a great week.
No, I'm not real thrilled about that one either, by the way. But.
Happy back Clemson, Georgia. After that one, I'm like, ooh, boy, these are tough games.
Yeah. It's great catching up. Have a great day. Thank you for your time, Gino. Appreciate you.
It.
All right, that's Gino Torretta, man. There he goes. Miami extraordinaire, Heisman Trophy winner in 1992, and very well versed in Canes football. We'll take a break. Keep it rolling right here on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Enjoy the thrill of the grill at John Smith Subs with specialty subs like the Steak Bomb, the Gator, plus a full lineup of cold and hot deli subs, including the best Cuban and Duval. Bring your big mouth to John Smith Subs on Hodges and JTB.
How nice would it be not to worry about your AC unit for 10 years? What? Vaughn's Heating and Air, standing by their units for 10 years. Imagine not having to think about your AC unit for a decade. Vaughn's 10-year warranty covers the parts, labor, and refrigerant. Basically everything. No fictional problems that will cost thousands. This is legit. An AC unit with no repair costs. Wouldn't that be nice? So remember, if your AC unit won't turn on, just call Vaughn's. That's Vaughn's Heating and Air.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser start the week by giving the ball to the best back in Duval.
And off, Fred Taylor.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins DUI defense firm on 1010XL.
Good people drink good beer, and great people drink Mocama, a refined craft brewery out of Fernandina Beach, Florida. Mocama Beer Company brings sophisticated flagship beers, including Cosmico IPA and Dune Garden Lager, to the greater Jacksonville area. Whether you're hitting the water with friends or enjoying a backyard barbecue, Mocama has the perfect beer for your summer activities. Look for us wherever great beers are sold and find your Mocama.
1010XL Weekly is out now. Mia here, and text the word weekly to subscribe to our new 1010XL newsletter and for a chance to win Jaguars and concert tickets. Get an inside look at local sports, trending players, station info, and chances to win prizes all year long.
This summer, beat the heat at Best Bet, your premier poker destination. Whether you're a seasoned poker pro or a first-time card player, you'll find a cool retreat from the summer heat with thrilling poker games, big payouts, and refreshing drinks. Join us for an unforgettable experience. Cool off and cash in at Best Bet. The stakes are high, the cards are hot, and your chance for fun is guaranteed. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste, whether commercial or construction. Let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Hey, it's Roger Moore, CEO of Loan Pronto. If you're like me, you're getting crushed by rising costs of everything these days. I get it. It's brutal, and credit card rates are ridiculous and going higher. That's why at Loan Pronto, we launched our Express Equity Line of Credit to bring you the relief you and your family need, using your home, your most valuable asset. We've helped thousands of people like you get fast relief with cash. The average homeowner who does this gets tens of thousands in just days and is able to save $850 per month in overall expenses. I'm talking life-changing money. Your money that you have access to right now. Listen, if you're ready to get control of your finances and get off the hamster wheel, call Loan Pronto. You can get approved for Express Equity Line of Credit in just minutes, and we can get your cash in less than a week. Stop digging a deeper credit card hole today. Call Loan Pronto now. 904-999-1508. 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com. 904-999-1508.
Equal housing lender. NMLS 166-1781. Subject to lender approval. NMLS consumeraccess.org.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. Let's go! Help cheer your Sharks on to victory as they battle the Green Bay Blizzards in exciting IFL football action this Saturday, July 13th, 7 o'clock in the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Now, check out our new family packs. You get 4 tickets, 4 vouchers, and a $25 Al's Pizza gift card. It's a great deal. To purchase yours or to get more information, call 904-621-0700. And ho, ho, ho! Who's ready for Christmas in July?
A little Christmas music, maestro?
Whether you're on the naughty or nice list, come out and support your Sharks. You never know, you might get a chance to say hi to Santa.
It's almost Christmas.
All we want for Christmas is a Sharks win. Check out our post-game autograph session and see if the players and dancers are asking for the same present as you.
Let's go!
Don't miss the fun and excitement of Sharks football this Saturday, July 13th. For tickets, go to jacksharks.com or call 621-0700. That's 904-621-0700. Let's go!
Let's go! 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's 9:30. Good morning, Jacksonville. Good day today. We've got to visit with Irish O'Fell, talk some FSU football. What are they going to do? Just talk to Gino Torretta from the Canes and Touchdown Radio and got his interpretations of what's going on with Miami and the thought process, and he did. He made a good point. He said, look, he laughed about, the optimism in Miami. He's like, yeah, we've been doing that for 20 years. So that's fair. I mean, that's fair, So anyway, some interesting stuff from both of those guys today.
Sounds like he likes Cam Ward.
Yeah, I think everybody likes Cam Ward. I think that's going to be that's the big deal there. That's going to be the guy who can be the difference maker for them. And we'll see if he can, look, he's, HBO's announcing a 4-part Pete Rose documentary coming out July 24th. That'll be good.
Nice. He should be in the hall.
That'll be interesting. Yeah, he should. And it's a shame that.
Because we've all embraced gambling now.
Well, yeah, but you can't gamble you can't gamble on your sport. My point is this.
Yeah, back then it was illegal.
He's his own worst enemy in that respect. If he had been contrite, if he had shown contrition, if he had been admitted to it way back when, I think it would have been past him now and he would have got in.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he didn't, and so that's where we are. But I hope he does get in because he ain't young anymore.
No, he's not.
And
it's going to be a shame as he'll pass away and he won't be in the Hall.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but that's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway. You want to see what's trending?
Let's do it.
All right.
Number 5.
I just saw this a few minutes ago.
Okay.
So we were just talking about Georgia recruiting with Gino and how they got Brock Bowers out of Napa, California. Georgia just got an offensive tackle who is 6'11".
Yeah. He played basketball last year.
Holy cow. Can you imagine trying to rush around a 6'11" tackle?
Yeah.
You're not getting around that guy.
No, that will be interesting. And if he played basketball, that means he has athletic ability too, which will also make it interesting. Yeah.
Number 4.
Also just saw this that's trending on Twitter. Have you seen the bee sting that Matthew McConaughey took?
No.
Matthew McConaughey stung by a bee. Doesn't say where this happened, but his eye swelled shut. Looks like a big softball on the side of his eye. So just search that one on social. Matthew McConaughey stung by a bee. That's a bad one right there.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it. Oof. Gosh.
I had that happen to me one time. I was playing basketball as a kid and got stung on the eyebrow. And my eye did the same thing as McConaughey. It swelled shut.
Yes, it does.
I had to stick some ice on that thing for a while.
That's pretty good. I guess that's the story he's telling. Hopefully he didn't get punched.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that is his story. But looks like a bee sting. I've had one of those.
It does.
It's a pretty gnarly one right there.
Yeah, it does.
Number 3.
So Spotify has just put out for the month of June, their most streamed artist. Any guesses on who that might be?
Spotify has just put out their most streamed artist?
For the month of June this year, 2024.
Well, I'm not good on music.
Well, how about this? I'll narrow it down.
Okay.
Most streamed rapper.
I'll guess. Oh, okay, because I was going to guess Swift. So
Nope.
Most streamed rapper?
Yep.
Then I'm definitely out of the game.
You've heard of this guy. He's a popular guy.
It's Drake.
It's Drake.
Yeah!
There you go. You see, you know a little bit. Yeah! Drake, in the month of June, had 1.2 billion streams. Billion with a B. It's pretty impressive.
I guess he has music out right now then.
He must. But they're always, I don't know a ton about rap either. But I guess they kind of go back and forth with these battles and stuff. E.T. could tell us all about this. He knows all that game. But, you know, it's pretty good stuff when you're Drake. 1.2 billion streams in the month. Good stuff.
Number 2.
Team USA basketball beat Canada last night in their first exhibition, 86-72. What'd you think of that?
A couple things. I think one story that is big is that Kawhi Leonard has left. Derek White has come in. Jaylen Brown is still not on the team. Durant's not playing. And they handled a good Canada team and won by 14 points. I think it's a good start. I think it'll be fun to see what happens with those guys going forward and throughout the summer. They're leaving Vegas. Their little camp is done, and they're off to, I think, Abu Dhabi. So we'll see.
I saw some accolades that were put out on the USA roster. Have you seen this? Total MVP awards for the Team USA basketball team, 8. They got 8 MVPs on this team.
Wow.
59 All-NBA selections, 15 championships. It's a stacked roster for the U.S. We accept nothing but gold. You got to win.
Yeah, you got to win the gold, though.
You got to win it.
100% you got to win the gold medal.
Here we go. Number 1.
Number 1.
All right, so a lot of people are talking about what just came out yesterday. Netflix is streaming the new series on National Football League receivers, and we've talked a little bit about that today. So George Kittle last year scored a touchdown against the Jags. I think we all remember that. Kittle had a 65-yard touchdown down the right sideline, and Kittle said the Jags disrespected him in a certain way Let's listen to the highlight.
2nd down, 1. Kittle goes in motion right. Purdy under center, a 5-step drop. Now going to pump and throw down the sideline. Kittle! He's got it, and he's gone! Touchdown!
Can't put a linebacker on me. I don't give a who it is. You can't put it on me. That's disrespectful.
So George Kittle saying it was disrespectful. The Jags put Devin Lloyd on George Kittle in that touchdown of about 66 yards. Ouch. That was a rough game for the Jags. We had everything go wrong in that one.
Yeah, we got our butts handed to us in that one. That was a 34-3 disaster beatdown that really continued the free fall that we were in.
But that's from episode, I think, 3 of the new series that just came out.
Is the whole series dropped?
It's out.
How many episodes are there?
I think there's 8. Yeah, I think there's. Let me look real fast, but I think there's 8, and it includes Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Kittle. I think Kittle's the only tight end I believe that's featured in this, but it's mostly receivers because that's the name of the documentary is receiver. But it dropped yesterday. Peyton Manning does a little intro on it with Randy Moss. It's good stuff. I haven't watched all of it. I just saw on social yesterday that they put out some clips of it, and I saw the George Kittle, and I'm like, oh, I see the Jags. Let's see what this is.
All right.
And it was that touchdown last year.
It's funny because that game happened a little earlier than I thought, and so it wasn't part of the disaster. Remember we opened with we opened losing. Right? A couple games, and then we righted the ship, Actually, we beat the Colts, right? Did we beat the Colts in the opener? Now I'm
we did.
Jumbled.
We did.
We beat the Colts, and we lost 2. We lost Kansas City and Houston. Then we went to London and won 2. And we came back and beat the Colts again. And then we went, our most little impressive streak was winning on a Thursday night in New Orleans and then going up to Pittsburgh and beating the Steelers. So now we're good. Now we're 8-3, and we got some good. And then we played the Niners and lost, and it was like, uh-oh. But then we turned around and hammered the Titans and won at Houston.
Yeah.
So we were in great shape. And then we went belly up.
That episode, by the way, is episode 4, and it's titled "Give Me the Damn Ball."
Yeah.
And that was actually what Kittle did. He came into the huddle before that touchdown and was like, all right, McCaffrey, Debo, you guys can handle all the rest of this, but I need to score right now.
Right.
I need to score right now. And sure enough, he goes in motion through the touchdown. Devin Lloyd trailing him. 66 yards later, touchdown.
Yeah.
And they were actually having fun with Kittle on the sideline because he walked into the end zone. Like, no Jag was around him. He just literally walked in there. And his coach came up and he said, don't ever do that again. He's like, yeah, but it was fun. I was just having fun. He's like, don't do that again. Because, what could happen is that you're walking in and somebody's going to slap the ball out.
Yeah.
Like, remember Deshaun Jackson celebrated early and got it knocked out for a touchback. But there was no Jag around within 20 yards.
Yeah, those happen the year, but when those start happening, then things aren't good. Because I remember playing the Raiders and Devontae. We've always had this history of guys running free, and that ain't gonna cut it, man. That ain't gonna cut it. So that's something that we got to,
And we need to see some more from Devin Lloyd now. You can blame Caldwell for putting him on Kittle or whatever you want to do, but don't you agree? We need to see a little more from Lloyd.
Yeah, 100%. Like to see that. Taylor Twellman has tweeted out, it wouldn't surprise me if Berhalter is more successful with his next endeavor at the club level. Not sure if he wants to get into that right away, but the tactical side to his teams can work with the team he works and sees every day. As for the U.S. men's national team, and Taylor Twellman, I think, is the best in soccer. The bigger the profile, the better, because you have to be bold and brash if you want to be big. Which, again, they all want to. We all know who they want to go. So we shall see. That's what's trending. That's well done, Gibby. Appreciate that. Going forward,
you got it.
And let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll keep it on. We're filled up registration today then, right?
Yes, we are.
How many did we register today?
Let's see. What did we get today? 2, 4, 6. We got 6 guys today. 2, 4, 6.
We got 2 in the last segment. We got 2 in the 6. We got 2 in the 8.
Oh, I need to update. We got 10.
We got 10.
Yeah, we got 10 total today.
We got 10. All right.
Yeah,
so
we got to update it. We got 10.
We'll have more coming up tomorrow. That is our Breakfast with Champions. That's coming up on Tuesday, July 16th, and that will be at Metro Diner in Bay Meadows. And we have 2 flights, and breakfast is on us, so it's all pretty cool. And we'll do that starting again tomorrow in the 6 o'clock hour, trying to spread it out and get guys in 6, 7, 8, and 9, give everybody a chance to be a part of it. So it's been a lot of fun. So we'll continue that tomorrow. We'll come back and put the wraps on the Thursday edition of The Drill right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
You have heard about the 1010XL YouTube channel. Now check out our team-specific channels, 1010XL Jaguars, 1010XL Gator, and 1010XL Seminoles, bringing up specific, up-to-the-minute video coverage of your favorite local team. And find us on YouTube today.
Hey folks, it's Jennifer Marion. Randy Marion Cadillac is the pinnacle of luxury in the First Coast area.
And guess what? We've got the all-new Cadillac Lyriq with $16,000 off MSRP.
That's right. You pick the color and drive away today in ultimate style.
Experience the future of driving with the Cadillac Lyriq. Electric, elegant, and exhilarating.
Visit us online at RandyMarionCadillacofJacksonville.com or come see us on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
Don't miss out on this unbeatable deal. Plus tax tag title $8.99 admin fee and resist all.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
David Lane here again for Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. After several surgeries for age-old issues, mainly my back and shoulders, there's no doubt that Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is my sustaining resource for living pain-free. Take it from me, and I'm being really honest here, there's no better orthopedic facility here in Jacksonville.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Did you know a metal roof from Prime Roofing will last 2 to 3 times longer than a shingle roof? If you want a better roof, think metal. Think Prime Roofing. Schedule your free estimate today at primeroofingfl.com. That's primeroofingfl.com.
What's up? I'm Patrick Young. If you're a business owner, make your plans to attend the Florida SBDC Network Small Business Success Summit, August 19th and 20th at the Sawgrass Marriott in Ponte Vedra. You'll network with other Florida business owners, learn marketing and operational strategies. Plus, I'll deliver an inspirational keynote message. There's also a reverse trade show event where you can speak with government agencies to explore their business partnerships. Register online at floridasbdc.org, and I will see you there.
It's kind of like his own private locker, and you're his guest.
Every time we talk, I'm reinvigorated by my love of the game.
Hayes Carline here. Find my blog at 1010XL.com.
Hayes Blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
Let's go! Help cheer your Sharks on to victory as they battle the Green Bay Blizzards in exciting IFL football action this Saturday, July 13th, 7 o'clock in the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Now, check out our new family pack. You get 4 tickets, 4 vouchers, and a $25 Al's Pizza gift card. It's a great deal. To purchase yours or to get more information, call 904-621-0700. And ho, ho, ho! Who's ready for Christmas in July?
A little Christmas music, maestro?
Whether you're on the naughty or nice list, come out and support your Sharks. You never know, you might get a chance to say hi to Santa.
It's almost Christmas.
All we want for Christmas is a Sharks win. Check out our post-game autograph session and see if the players and dancers are asking for the same present as you.
Let's go!
Don't miss the fun and excitement of Sharks football this Saturday, July 13th. For tickets, go to jacksharks.com or call 621-0700. That's 904-621-0700. Let's go!
Let's go!
It's the coolest week to save during the summer fan sale at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Buy 1 fan, save 10%. Buy 2, save 15%. Buy 3 or more and save 20% off all fans at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Showroom near the Avenues.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes and summer's here on the First Coast. You know, long days, short sleeves, and soaring temperatures that can do a number on your AC. Look, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard it 1,000 times. Hope is not a plan. So do what I did and plan ahead with expert AC tune-ups from Fenwick Home Services to avoid those costly summer breakdowns. Fenwick has you covered with same-day service, including maintenance plans, free same-day estimates, and guaranteed repairs. Book your expert tune-up today and avoid Avoid costly breakdowns tomorrow. Plan ahead instead of hoping for the best. Online at FenwickHomeservices.com. That's FenwickHomeservices.com.
This is Hayes Carline for SkyLife Elite. Are you tired of canceled flights, unruly passengers, and layovers? Call my friends at SkyLife Elite. Consider using private charter flights for your next adventure. Yes, you can afford it. Make your own schedule. Fly direct. Drive your car to Craig Airport and get directly on the plane. SkyLife Elite can make that happen. Call 490-9332. Go to flyskylife.com and find them on social media. Fly SkyLife Elite, North Florida's premier private air charter.
Summer is here, which means it's time for road trips and family vacations. Frank Frangie here. Before you hit the road, make sure your car can handle the heat with a visit to Big Chief Tire. Their expert technicians will ensure your vehicle can handle the summer heat, from tire checks to AC services. Avoid the stress of a breakdown and travel with confidence. Visit BigChiefTire.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your summer checkup today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
You know, I can tell you as a guy, the number one opponent of men's health, it's hassle. How about hassle-free health coverage with Integra Concierge Medicine? Personalized, a doctor on demand, handling anything from chronic pain to allergies to sexual health. It's Integra Concierge Medicine.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
You know, we need to cool down about what we keep our thermostats at. That's for sure. When you think about, you know, we talked about this earlier, and I see these tips about leaving my thermostat at 78. 78?
Yeah, it's too hot.
Let me tell you what would be happening in the Hicken household if I left the thermostat at 78. There'd be a lot of sweat, okay? A lot of sweat. So
yeah, I said earlier mine stays at 70, but who am I kidding? I'm not the one who controls it.
Yeah.
That's the wife. Nikki controls that thing. If I touch it, nope, get away. That's not going anywhere. 70's where it stays.
Couple of things on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures before we get out of here. I met Gino and Lamar at the Cheesecake Factory in Miami a couple of months ago. Awesome guys. Shout out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see Gino at the Cheesecake Factory.
So you are somebody on the text line. Let me try and pronounce this. Graham Mertz. Did I say his name right? I said, hey, funny guy. So are you when trying to pronounce DJ's last name. FSU fan just playing along with Florida fan. Fun, ain't it? Yeah, it's always fun. Let's see. Betting on your sport and your own team is still illegal in MLB. Rose has no business sniffing the Hall of Fame.
Hey, you should have had a fall guy like Shohei did.
That UGA offensive tackle goes to school at Overtime Academy, which I guess is similar to IMG for basketball. Now he's going to end up playing football. So there's that. Trayvon Walker named Jaguars' most promising building block for 2024. Okay. All right. Well, let's.
He should be. He was a number one pick.
That's from Ship. Ship. I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey. You're not gonna believe this, but the number one pick of the 2022 NFL Draft is pretty good. Trayvon Walker put together a strong sophomore year, notching 50 tackles, 10 sacks, 30 pressures. Gives the Jags a pretty devastating duo opposite. Oh, David Kenyon of the Bleacher Report. It's not Josh Allen. It's Josh Hines Allen on the edges. So. Yeah, that'd be great. Listen, I hope Trayvon Walker takes off in year 3. That would be terrific. He had 3.5 as a rookie. He had 10 last year, and at least half a sack in 8 of the Jags' last 10 games. Had 2 sacks against Carolina. So let's hope that can continue and he can grow because, again, behind those two guys, I don't think there's a lot. I could be wrong. I don't think there's a lot. I know a lot of people are high on the Gibson guy. We got to see it to believe it. Maybe he can be our Arden Key guy, but I still, I always marvel at the fact that we just have never went and got a third guy on the edge. But maybe they know something we didn't. They didn't know last year, though. Besides those two guys, we did not have anybody else near. I think nobody else near. So anyway. Some of the things going on in the sports world. We're back tomorrow. We got a Friday. We're going to register more people for the Breakfast with Champions. One of the items on the menu, chicken with waffles.
So, that's a Metro staple.
Oh, there's some good stuff. They got that they'll be serving up. And again, you're coming to the breakfast. We're paying. We're picking up the tab. We are. How about that?
Yeah, love it.
When I say we, I don't mean me. I mean the boss.
That Bay Meadows location, right?
Yeah, Bay Meadows location.
I go there a lot.
Yeah, so register more tomorrow. I think we're up to 18, but we still have plenty of slots, and we're going to do a bunch tomorrow because we need to get we got to go way higher. We want you to come, man. Come have breakfast Tuesday. Watch the show for a little while. Eat your free breakfast. If you go 6:30 to 8, you're good. 8 to 10, you're good. 2 waves. It's going to be a good time. So we'll be out there and enjoying it. And other than that, I think we're done. Do we have anything else to handle here, Gibby?
We got the Coastal Collegiate Baseball Leagues having their home run derby and their all-star game tonight, 5:30 and 7 o'clock. And I hope to see you guys out there, the Bragan Baseball Complex. A lot of Jacksonville talent involved, so that'll be fun.
All right. So we got that coming up tonight as well. For Gibby, I'm Hick. Have a good day, and we'll catch back up with you Friday AM Jaguars today. Tony Smith, manning the